And we are back on camera. Hello, this is Lord Gob. I am the DM of the DC20 Lost Mines of Phandelver Homebrew campaign. And these are my players. We'll start by introducing Jaku.
Hello, as usual. I'm Jaku, playing Awake the Slime Barbarian. I hope to give everyone watching a good show.
Alright, and then Samarand.
What? Oh, hello. Playing Mikaela, half elf, half dragonborn rogue.
Okay, cool. And then Spring.
Hello, I'm playing Spring, a squirrel beastborn ranger. Yes.
Yes.
I'm bad at
and...
intros.
And then Tonē Thröq, aka Blakcat.
Yep, this is Blakcat. I play Tonē Thröq, the human warlock.
Human warlock. Alright. And last we left off, let me move that over there. You guys were all in the Wolf Manor. You had just finished a combat over here in the bottom left corner where you were engaging with some shadowy wolves. It seemed like they had the ability to absorb some of your blows by hiding in the mist, and others were able to use it as cover and strike from the shadows. After a very brutal confrontation, wherein you basically killed all of them without taking very many hits, a brilliant success on your part. About 3 or 4 of the remaining wolves decided it wasn't worth fighting you and booked it and left, leaving all but one in your claws. Jaku, you had it grappled, so it was unable to escape from you, and it has at this point kind of submitted. It is still struggling to get away from you, but it is not biting you anymore. Is there anything you guys would like to do with this wolf right now?
I mean, if no one has anything they want to do, I can just throw it into the ground.
Sumo Slam.
I think we established that we don't know how to cure them, or that they can't be cured last session, right?
Effectively, yeah. You know how to cure them, you just don't have... Mikaela had an ability to channel some kind of latent magic, but she doesn't have enough actual MP to cure them.
Yeah, then unfortunately we need to get rid of them.
I mean,
All right,
theoretically,
then.
if you wanted to, you could just bind them and then try to clear out the dungeon and come back, see if you find any cure deeper in. But killing them will also achieve your goal of curing the mutation.
Yeah, Spring is prioritizing it not spreading.
Well.
Cool.
No.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for
that's
it.
Right that's right to the floor.
Yeah, right, yeah. You are very swiftly able to take the wolf and slam it into the ground. You hear a brief yelp as its bones crack, and it is laid to rest. And as it does so, you can hear kind of like the hissing of steam as whatever darkness that it was engulfed in kind of fades away. And what is left is nothing but a very admittedly large wolf corpse. There remains before you one doorway that you have not tried yet, as well as a number of alternate ways into the original room that you passed over entering in, over on that side.
The wolf corpse looks like just a typical wolf, right? Nothing like about it, like.
I mean, its fur is of a. It doesn't. Most wolves in this area. You can make me a nature check. But it definitely looks like a different wolf. Like this is the normal wolf token, and this is the wolf token that you're seeing now. I think that Spring, you would know pretty easily that they seem to be similar to dire wolves, but definitely way more aggressive than you remembered.
I really not see the roll.
12 is moderately high. It's good enough. You get the sense that while this kind of wolf does appear, it doesn't appear in as as in numbers as high as you've been seeing here, just because if they did, you would know about it. You're not particularly researched, but you're well traveled.
Right. Gotcha.
Anything else you guys would like to do with the corpse, or are we
I
moving
mean,
on, or what's going on?
is this room like? Okay, 2 questions. Is this room just completely empty aside from the wolves, and also something we forgot to ask? Well, at least from what I remember, is the mist coming into this room from it?
Okay. I gonna say that you can make an investigation check to cover both of those bases. But glancing about, you can see that this room seemed to be some sort of guardhouse or something with just base rolls. On a 17, you would know that it does seem like the mist appears to be coming from this room over here, or from this hallway at least, this door. And you could get the sense that the closer you've been getting to this side of the building, the heavier the fog has been becoming. And also that this room was not... There's not anything particularly here. There's nothing here that is particularly useful. It seems like it at one point was some kind of like living room or something, but it's been so trashed and heavily destroyed and just taken over by nature and stuff that there's nothing of use here. This was just a room the wolves were hanging out in, as it had an open doorway into the gardens, which lie in this direction.
Would anyone mind if we take 10 minutes for a quick rest?
That is up to you guys.
No, but remind players what a quick rest does.
You can send rest points to heal. 2 hit points for every rest point spent.
Yep, you have your level plus might.
I have
Minimum
0
of your
rest
level.
points.
Yeah, it's minimum. It's minimum of your level.
And the reason you're asking us is because you want to heal yourself?
Yeah, I feel like we have more combat ready for us, and I don't want to use that. And I don't want to waste anyone's MP.
Yeah, that seems fine with me.
All right then. So in that case,
Yeah, quick rest sounds fine.
I'll spend 3 of my 4. Oh.
Let me... I'm pausing, I am back. Yeah, my family just came down, so I wanted to warn them that we are recording. But yeah, Sam, if during this quick rest, all players have a minimum of their level in rest points, so you can spend 1 for 2 HP, or you can use your medicine kit to attempt to heal. Both are valid.
I spent my single rest point last long rest.
I see. You also regain them...
Doesn't it?
You regain them in the middle of the long rest, so you can spend it at the beginning and then regain your rest points and then have the rest of your day.
Yeah, I spent both.
Oh, okay.
Because I spent my 1 on the long rest because on a short rest earlier I spent it on the same day.
Sense. Yes. All right, cool. In that case, yeah, make your medicine check.
All right.
Attempt to heal
Straight
myself.
D20. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's that's 3 HP to you.
Woo! Back to full. You guys
Who's
watch
help
as
dicing? Try heal him a little bit more.
I think he's full health. Is there more health you can heal?
So they are.
Let me
know they
check the
were
rules.
full
Like
health.
there is a thing that like the medicine action can give 1 temp HP. It's not a first aid kit, but there is a medicine skill action that can give 10.
I'm gonna say you regain your full health. I'm gonna say you regain your full health. That's fine. That's worthy of the crit. You guys watch as Mikaela very expertly patches up the wounds she received from attempting to pet the wolves earlier and also being mauled a little bit. Probably has some gauze and stuff wrapping over, stopping the bleeding.
Also, just remember, if you guys really need medicine and stuff, like I have the medicine skill at trained. I can actually I have a +4 in medicine checks. If you have the kits, I can use it.
Deal. Thanks for letting me know.
Cool. All right then. As you guys take a quick rest, just trying to recover your wounds and stuff. Can everyone just give me a perception check, and I will roll something behind the scenes. I'm gonna test this.
What's perception?
Something that doesn't exist in this system. So you guys all automatically fail. How do you whisper in this thing? Whisper. Roll 20.
/W space the username of the person to whisper.
How do I do it like a GM whisper? Oh, talk to myself. Cool.
Yeah, that.
That's a very long command. Does not work.
Yeah, when you combo cast, it uses both of your MP together.
Alright, what if I just did it like that? Because I know how that works. Okay, cool. And that is a low roll. Alright, and what is our total, our highest awareness that was rolled?
So far 10, because I'm the only one that did the rolls.
No,
I got
didn't
an
there's
18.
Mikaela roll an 18?
Oh,
Oh, no.
look.
Blakcat coming in with that 23.
Hell yeah. Tonē, as you are a little bit irked by the fact that you are kind of slowing down here since you haven't gotten hit at all. You post up by the edge of the opening that leads to the garden and just kind of watch. And as you are, what are you doing as you are chilling during the short rest? No, quick rest, sorry.
Is this like kind of ground are we on? Is this like grass?
Wooden planks that are planks that are overgrown.
Overgrown wooden plank. I'm probably carefully watching the planks to make sure there's no like bugs climbing around.
Alright, so as you are keeping your eyes low, you do notice that there is movement beneath the planks. Like, almost as though... how do I say this? You've been hearing, what is her name? Katana talk a lot about, the thing that she's... The thing that's pinging on her sensor being... on her divine sense being beneath you. She's been paying attention to the floor.
Oh yeah.
But you sense it's more like an earthquake as opposed to actually like something moving underneath the planks. And it seems that it's very faint. But as you feel this kind of rumbling noise, you notice that the fog on the ground here almost sinks down when that happens. Other than that, you kind of hear the sounds of more wolves approaching from this direction. But with that crit, I'm going to say that you are well aware of their location, and you just like fire something into the bushes and cause them to scatter before they're able to regroup.
Which direction? I didn't see a ping.
Oh, am I on the GM layer? I pointed an arrow down here. Yeah, maybe I should just do.
Oh, might have been. It might have just been outside my.
Oh, perhaps. Seeing which, I should zoom out the camera. But yeah, just vaguely over in this direction. Nothing important. You guys are able to. You guys are vigilant enough to stave off another encounter. Following that, Katana gets up and asks if everyone is ready to go.
I should be good. I don't know about the rest.
Spring crawls back up to the roof at the door.
You're like a fucking spider. It's terrifying.
So, wait, do you actually have a glide speed, Spring?
Yep, glide, swim, crawl. I think limited fly as well.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, walk, swim, climb, and glide. And I don't need to use my front hands, I think.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Alright. So, awake as you are standing at the doorway, you do not sense anything with your blind sense beyond the doors. And you can just open it with your hand.
I will.
Alright. As the door creaks open, you see another kind of airlock room that leads to the next one. And similarly, the only thing you sense in this room is that it seems like there's like a wall over here or something. And you sense like rubble or something on this side. Further over to the right.
rubble blocking the door?
No, not blocking the door, but beyond the door.
Okay. I'm going to, well, once everybody catches up, I'll open this door.
Cool, cool. And do be sure to keep your tokens up to date. Alright, this wolf is dead. I'll leave it there.
Oh, bless should be over by now. Let me go ahead and remove that.
Yep. Cool. If you guys can all...
I don't know what this skull is on me, but I'll
Rage.
remove that too.
Yeah. Yep, and please make sure to remove all the markers from your tokens. But yeah, again, this door, upon trying it, with Mikaela's oil for the grease, does not... Actually, no. Retcon. The previous door does not creak, because Mikaela is pouring oil on all the doors. I remember that from last time. You guys enter the room silently. This room, as you open it, everyone give me an awareness check, sorry. I've been watching too much D&D. The language has infected my mouth.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Is that a crit from Mikaela?
Yes.
Yep.
Brilliant. Okay, so Mikaela,
Literally every single roll, somebody has rolled a nat 20.
very exciting. Sure, we are sure to bring up our averages today. So, Mikaela, as Awake opens the door, you immediately are on high alert. But everybody, you guys notice that this room is hexagonal in shape and appears to have like a concentric series of walls that all lead into this kind of middle portion that is walled off. You can, I revealed it, but I shouldn't have. I forgot there's a secret in the middle, but that's fine. Let me actually make sure the camera has moved as well. But there is a series of walls that go inward, and you can see that there are doors at pretty much every point. And you all see that there are murals on each of these walls that lead toward the center, if I can reveal this, that lead toward the center. And Mikaela, with that crit, you are very certain that there's nothing in this room that is hostile. And you can see from where you're standing that inscribed on the middle door is something in, I believe this one would be, actually no, what languages does everybody know?
Let me check. Common and Elven.
Spring is common and Fey.
Common and Fey, alright, cool.
Elvish, human dialects, and Draconic.
Cool. And Tonē?
I also have Draconic. I think Katana had something interesting though.
She had deep speech, I think it was. Alright, cool.
What?
So in that case, ooh, interesting. So those of you that know Elvish can make a language check with disadvantage to read the inscription. Yes, language with disadvantage to read the inscription. But this room seems to be there seems like there's nothing in this room that is actively hostile. You can choose to move through it. You can choose to look at the murals. You can choose to spend your time reading, whatever you would like to do.
I'm assuming the language check is intelligence instead of charisma this time.
Yes, being that you are reading.
Alright.
Also, did you say that these walls went down, or are they all the same level? And it's just
No.
like maze style.
Maze style, yeah. Very simple maze, but it is maze style, yeah.
Cool, cool.
Alright, so with a 14, Mikaela, as you, Jaku, you get the sense that this has something to do with the family that built this place. And Mikaela, you are able to read it fairly, it takes you a couple of minutes to fully understand it. But this mural, all of these murals seem to depict some kind of history, of the family. That used to live here, and at the very center you can see that it says, where does it say this? It says speak, right. It says, "Speak the true crime of the cursed Tresender, atone for their sins, and behold the god's message." Carved in the stone pillar at the center of this thing in like these very I guess. Sam, describe to me what the elven script looks like.
Real quick, do you think you can drop that in chat?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
And also, follow-up question to the maze description: are the walls all the way to the roof, or they're just like 3/4 up?
More like 3/4 up. There's a little bit of space above them, but not much. Like you could probably squeeze through there if you needed to. But these look like decorative art pieces.
Then I would like to just have a peek into the center, since I can see it from the roof.
This center thing is a pillar, and the rest of the things around it are murals.
Oh, okay. So there's no gap in where this octagon is.
Yeah.
Got it.
The Elvish script is strangely blocky for Elvish script because it's actually been stamped on.
Interesting. Okay.
With like big stamps for each letter.
Okay. So...
And that's why it was hard for people to read it.
You do. No, never mind. All right. Anyone who wishes to investigate the, if you wish to glean more information from this room, I thought that we would do it in an exploration skill challenge, to see what you guys figure out. Do you guys want to engage with this? I'll let you guys know from like a mechanical perspective. This puzzle is optional. You may choose not to engage with it. It's not impeding your progress. If you would like to engage with it, then the way that I'm going to handle that is by doing it as a skill challenge.
Let's engage.
Yeah.
Maybe we just have a peek around the room first, and then solve the puzzle after we've found everything.
All right. Cool. In that case, I will copy into the chat what is on all the murals and read it out loud. But you can see that the murals seem to start over here and go around and then go inward. So you can see that on the first one, it looks like there's a family of gnomish farmers that are smiling with a large plot of unplowed grassland behind them. The second one sees a gnome cutting the ribbon, announcing the opening of the city of Phandelver. The third one seems to be like missing or exploded. And then in the fourth one, you can see that there are a couple of rich men that are walking through like a mine shaft with a bunch of like laborers behind them that appear to be in bad condition. And then in the final one, it says that you can see a young gnomish businessman shaking hands with a dwarvish man who's like decked out in jewels and stuff in the middle of Phandelver. And then the last one is this center thing that has the text inscribed upon it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you may choose to make
And I draw the arrows the right order.
Yes. You may choose to make a skill check of any kind to try to learn more about this place, or a trade or attack check if you think a attack check would be helpful. The DC for this skill challenge is going to be 20. DC is going to be 12, and it is going to upfront require 6 successes in order to glean everything from this place.
Well, I think I may understand this crime this thing's talking about. If I'm getting it correct, I think Phandelver was started by farmers, but ended up being ruled by the rich. They gave in to exploitation, greed.
Okay. Based on what you're saying, I'm gonna say that's gonna count as an investigation check. Do you think that's valid? As you attempt to guess what
Yeah,
the
that works for me.
true crime, the true crime of the Trustender is.
Yeah.
All right, with a 12, that is going to
Okay.
be a
The
single
average.
success point. Yep, you're able to get a gist of what the story going on here is as you explain it back to everybody else, having completed a full circuit. Mikaela, Spring, and Tonē, what are you guys doing?
Spring is just gonna take a glance at all the, I think you said there were portraits or murals,
Yeah,
and see if any of the people in them are recognizable, either as
okay,
famous people in Phandelver or people who are still alive now.
cool. In that case, make me a history check with advantage.
Oh no, my not so smart ranger.
I'm gonna have Katana give you a help die for that to make up for that, because she is here passively and is also a bounty hunter, so that would make sense.
Hey!
Very
Oh,
nice.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so DC of that was 12. So that's plus 3 for succeeding by 15, and then plus another one for succeeding by 5. So as you, Spring, start to think on this case, you are basically going to crack it wide open. So I'm gonna explain what you recognize last. Just to preserve the mystery a little bit while everyone else is trying to contribute to this. You guys are almost there. You just need one more success, and any further, and I will reveal something secret to you guys. So what's happening? What else are you guys doing? So Awake was doing investigation, just going around this place. Spring and Katana are doing history as they're talking together, trying to conclude something. Tonē and Mikaela are left.
Yeah, Tony would like to figure out why this wall is exploded, or how it's exploded, or is it actually a drawing of an explosion? Because in that case, that's less interesting.
No, the wall itself is like crumbled and destroyed. It seems like someone was trying to hide something. So I guess for you, you can make me your choice of Arcana or Investigation. Let's see. Let me open a character sheet so I can see what all the skills are.
They're both the same.
If you can think of something else, then I'm willing to bend on that. But those are the ones I think are relevant.
I don't think there's anything I could get that would give me a 7 and let that be the 12. So
I mean, if you had a plus 5. Yeah, as you look down at the pieces of rubble, you can tell pretty easily that it seems like some kind of combustive force or something broke this wall down, and nothing from what remains is easily intelligible to you. So as you are kind of combing through this, your investigation ends up fruitless. You intimidate them all. Mikaela, what are you doing?
I just want to ask a question, just not for figuring out the mystery, but for just lore's sake. Is this dwarvish man or man Gundren?
No, it is not. But when Spring gets back there, he will say that he recognizes him as being Gundren's father.
Oh,
So this was yes, indeed.
because yeah, Gundrens were like the dudes with all the trinkets in the wills, according to my notes. Okay, I'm gonna make a case for me to roll with something I'm good at. With my extensive knowledge of influence and how to talk to people, how other people react to what you do. Seeing these paintings will Mikaela somehow well would Mikaela be able to infer this crime as something that one has done to another, and because this is probably not going to work, she's just going to make a quick pass around the room and then probably just read the research paper until everyone else figures it out.
All right, cool. I think I don't see an argument for influence, but I could see one for insight because they're trying to intuit what the author of the thing might have meant or tried to get you to see. Insight seems legit to me.
Okay,
And let's
I'll
see if you're
roll
able to
that
get
one.
us right over the threshold.
Been rolling hot this session, so it's time for a low ball. Let's get it.
That's your final success. All right. You guys have crossed the threshold. As all of you guys are putting your heads together. So, Spring and Katana, as you guys are talking together, trying to figure out if you know anyone here, if you recognize the dwarf. You see that Mikaela kind of is thinking about Gundren, Rockseeker, and as you look at the thing, you can tell that it's not the same person. But the connection to wealth makes you remember that wealth is somewhat generational, and as you think back, you remember the father of the thing. You saw like a portrait of him somewhere in the manor. You were able to see a portrait of the family, and he isn't in any of the recent photos. But the man you're able to put a name to the face, and that guy is in fact the father of Gunnar and Rockseeker. As Tony, you are kind of digging through the rubble, trying to figure out what exactly caused this thing. You start to put like some of the scraps of things together and figure out what it looks like. And you aren't able to get a complete picture, but from your digging, you do find what looks to be like a part of a sculpture, not a sculpture, a part of a an image of a hooded man that has some kind of an insignia on his shoulder that you don't really recognize. But Kitana, who is a bounty hunter, recognizes that symbol as the symbol of the Black Spider, who is well known for human trafficking, arms trading, and tampering with magic items. Basically, an all around, all across the board, runs a criminal network that. And as you are thinking about this, Mikaela, you also have had experience with this guy. As you are a guard, you've had to deal with some of his like lower down henchmen, trying to rat them out or whatever. But as you guys are all thinking about this, you think about as you guys are thinking about this, like why are all of these people here? What is this story trying to tell you? You get the sense that like this is inscribing the history of how the Trussender family initially rose to power as being like the mayors and the founders of the city of Phandelver. And then you recall that when the gold rush happened, there was a switch in Phandelver, and it made it more prosperous, but also switched what was running the economy. And in that, they were beginning to fall out of power. And by consorting with this mysterious man, you find out that you find out that they made some kind of shady deals in order to stay on top, and that is a thing that they were obviously not very proud of. And Spring, you are the one who finally puts it together, based on your insight from way at the beginning of last session when you had guessed about the wolves and whether or not the bandits had been turned into wolves recently, being that they were both starving. You recall in the library there were a lot of tomes on transmutation and stuff. And while you don't think that the bandits were turned into wolves, you know about the Black Spider and how he's doing this human trafficking thing. You think that he gave some kind of power to them in exchange for test subjects. And you get the sense that he was the one that was doing the transmutation and effectively adding through them he was able to do better at trafficking people because they were transmuted into other things and much harder to track that way. Then you see, when you make that connection, Katana and Mikaela are like, oh no, that's a big deal. They both of them have a vested interest in hunting this guy down. And the crime that, among other things, you guys are just testing random words at the thing. The crime that you come up with is human transmutation, and that being a sin or something in the eyes of the person who scratched that onto the wall. So I'm gonna find a way to do this next time that is less exposition dumping. But I like the idea of doing a skill challenge this way so that it doesn't. Sometimes puzzles can get hard to solve if you can't intuit the answer. So I like covering it by doing it in a skill challenge in this way. So I'm gonna try to get down a formula for this that works better. But as you guys speak the name of human transmutation, you hear the sound of a clicking as a mechanism starts to whir, and the pillar in the center rises up into the ceiling by a space or so, and reveals at the very center a stairwell that goes directly down. Can everyone please make me a charisma saving throw? Charisma save, sorry. Not D&D, it's just saves.
Charisma save?
Yes, charisma save. As this pillar begins to rise up, you guys immediately smell a disgusting, horrid stench coming from the center of it as a wave of malicious energy just cover
Killer
just
hates
pulls this
stench.
out. Okay. So Mikaela, for the next 5 minutes or so, you're going to be impaired as you are physically just you just retch at the smell of this disgusting thing.
Very understandable. I am not mad about this.
Okay. And as this pillar lifts up and you guys are able to see down, you see Katana narrow in on her divine sense for a moment, and she says, "That's what it is. There's something down there." Yeah. Among the group, you see Katana is a little bit less sick, a little bit less impaired than you are. But everyone else in the group seems to be fine. She just retches for a couple of seconds.
Spring just responds to Mikaela. Well, sometimes you find rotting things in the woods, and kind of just happens.
Naturally.
Okay, so wait, there's something in there. We have to get in. Wait, did a doorway open to get in there or something?
Yes, basically the pillar itself lifted up, revealing a stairwell in the middle of the room.
Well, if you all want to go down, I'm ready to go.
Spring is just gonna go test the door in the northern area of this room.
It opens to reveal an airlock to that big ballroom where you guys saw way back in the beginning. No, I forgot to put a door there. But there is a door on the other side. There we go.
Spring is a little worried that something could come follow them through this door. Is there a way to block it off from inside?
Sure. Make me a trickery check. See how good you are at barricading the door.
Trickery +3.
With an 11, it's shoddy work, but you're confident that it'll hold at least long enough for you to be alerted that there's something coming down the stairs, or whatever.
That's good enough for Spring. He's gonna climb along the roof, back down to the pillar.
Okay. So, is everyone in agreement upon heading down?
I am. Also, wait, where does this staircase, what tile does this staircase start? Because, it's kind of like that one piece of art right now from the top-down view where it looks like it's all going down.
Yes. So, it is a spiral staircase that leads all the way to the bottom. And you can see that it goes down for a while.
Yeah, it looks like Awake is at the top, and it goes clockwise.
Yes. That's the correct interpretation. It goes like that.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. I'll just tell it to linger, I guess. But yeah.
Mikaela will take the back. Take the back because she's still retching from this stuff and doesn't want to get closer.
Yeah. Yeah. In that case, what is the marching order as you guys are going down the stairs?
Probably me in front because I'm the tank with also tremor sense. So
Mhm. You know, Spring,
I can
theoretically, you
feel what's
could
in
just...
front of us.
Mm-hmm. Theoretically, Spring, you could just glide down the stairs.
Yes, but then I might go down first, and I don't want to do that.
But it could be fun, though.
Also, can't you only glide up to your speed before you start
I
falling?
don't care.
I'm going down like
Fair enough, GM call.
10 feet or so.
Alright. So, awake in front. I think Katana is going to be like position 4. Tony, would you be in front of her or behind her?
Well, I would have expected Katana to be second with how personal this sounds.
Right, that's fair. So, Tony, Katana, and then awake, and then Spring, and then Mikaela. Is that the vibe?
Spring
Yeah,
is
that works for
probably
me.
above Tony on the roof.
Cool. Perfect AoE distance. Alright. So, you all begin to head down the stairs.
Should we guys blast on our way down?
Yeah, sure. Make a spell check. I will say, though, that I don't have a battle map for this next room, so I'm just going to be walking through it in Theater of the Mind. As we will move back.
Oh no, not even a basic grid.
Huh?
Not even just a basic grid.
Nah.
No!
I mean, I could do that, but
Gridless
there's
combat
nothing...
is so difficult.
You know, you'd be surprised, actually. Let me just move you over there. And move you over there. I like you also assume that there was going to be combat following.
We're going down to the big bad's lair of the mansion.
We're all gonna die.
You guys are so bad at like assuming you can talk your way out of things. Like, come on.
Well, Spring.
I mean, I don't think I'm. You know, like, I don't think I'm good at talking. I know I'm good at fighting. I do a lot of damage. That's why I dual wield. Rage, that rage bonus proccing twice a turn is like invaluable.
It must be perfect.
The DC10.
What's happening?
I rolled a 10.
Yeah, well, while we're waiting for the map to be ready, for any viewers who are interested in trying DC20 for themselves, check out the Dungeon Coach on YouTube. He makes videos about it. There's also a dedicated DC20 YouTube channel.
I cannot
There's
imagine that anyone watching this has not seen DC20.
Oh, well, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a link in the description.
Yes. You can never know. Yeah, I believe there should be a link in the description also, yes. Alright. So, as you guys are heading down the stairs, go ahead and make me, another perception check.
Perception?
God
Stop
damn it,
using the
Aurelius!
forbidden word.
The name of God!
Wait, it was
Alright,
Bless
every
is
time-
active, so...
Yes. Every time I say perception, you guys are gonna take 1d4 of psychic damage.
I mean, we all get
91.
1 HP.
Alright.
With the 10 for bless, I think I would bless me and awake, and I think I get 3 total.
Yeah, and Mikaela, with, Katana's also gonna combo cast with you, and give you one more target.
Okay,
And I
so
guess,
we
I
get
guess I
4
should roll for her also. She also rolled a 10! That's great. Like brother, like sister. Okay, so, who all is blessed again?
Sorry?
Who are you blessing?
Oh, yes. Me, awake, And I think I get 2 more, right? So Katana and either Spring or Mikaela.
Yeah. Okay. Pick. So you, your sister, Spring, or
I know
Mikaela.
Mikaela's going to say, don't pick me, but what did we do last time? It worked really well.
I think Awake was blessed, wasn't he? I think it was
Yeah.
everybody but Mikaela last time,
Okay.
if memory serves.
Yep.
And
then we'll
and
do that.
who is concentrating?
Doesn't matter to me.
All right. In that case, sorry.
Is she more like a melee based, melee focused?
That is correct.
I guess the DC20 version is. I can concentrate on it.
Cool. She, as before, closes her eyes and prays as a glowing light begins to enchant her sword and cover the rest of you. As you begin to kind of focus on keeping that light channeled. As all of you guys are heading down, I guess she also needs to make an awareness check. Another 10 again. Okay, so got the highest on awareness was... You rolled a d8 for awareness. Is there a reason you did that?
Blast?
D4, not d8. You can keep the 2, but it is a d4.
Okay. I don't know why I rolled a d8 then. Oh, because help is a d8.
Yeah. All right. So,
Okay.
Awake, you are the one that is most alert as guys are going down here. So I will describe all of this to you, and I assume you'll pass it back to them.
Yep.
So, as you guys are descending down the staircase, you see the fog begin to thin. Strangely enough, it doesn't seem like the fog is able to get like the air rushes in when the walls lift, and you can see it begin to come down a little bit, but it almost is like sitting on top of something more dense. You can see easily to the edge of your vision now, but no light extends down here besides anything that you're carrying. And way at the bottom of the stairwell, you can hear the sound of a thick liquid that is dripping, like doop, 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 like way at the bottom. The deeper you go, the more a thick black liquid begins to coat the walls. It appears in splashes at first, but near the bottom of the stairwell, it's hard to avoid touching. And as you guys are beginning to descend, that pungent smell becomes even more overpowering. That smell of death and decay. At the very bottom, as you guys are like kind of clearing the final flight, you can see what looks to be parts of a skeleton sitting in a pool of black ichor that spreads all over the ground, as far as you can see in any direction.
I would like to investigate that black liquid because this is telling me is this another slime? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no roll required. You can immediately tell as you are stepping in it with, I assume, does Awake wear shoes?
Yeah.
So, as you just kind of, I imagine, like, stow one of your swords and just, like, touch the wall, you feel it is almost as acidic as you are. But it also feels to have some kind of darker energy to it. It's like red licorice versus black licorice. Different flavors of the same thing.
I gotta be careful not to mix myself too much with this. Oh boy.
Yes. So, at the very bottom, you can see once again the skeleton that appears to like have been stripped down, dissolved by this thing, and all that remains are like bits and pieces of bones. Not even a complete skeleton. And you can see you hear, as you are descending down, you can almost hear the faint sound of like breathing, as this like dark, as this disgusting smell just rushes, not rushes, like slowly moves past you and back, almost like a whistling of the wind. It's very very faint, almost like a faint like.
Quick question: who can see in the dark, and if there is somebody to see, do whatever down here look hostile?
Okay. I have tremor sense, meaning like I can if anything's touching a floor that I'm to like connected to, or if Toph from Avatar would see it, I can see it. If it's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Awake can see outlines, but not things.
Yeah. Mikaela has dark vision, which is colorless, as her draconic eyes focus in and are able to pierce through the darkness. Tonē, do you have dark vision or no?
I do not,
Okay, cool.
but I would like to summon. I would like to summon my weapons.
Cool.
I
You may
wait
do so.
for action later.
I think what I'm curious about is, can I determine the ancestry of this skeleton? I have medicine for it. That would be medicine. That would be medicine.
Definitely.
Right?
Make me a medicine check.
Okay.
I think technically speaking, it might be like nature or history or something, but I like medicine. Medicine is better.
Yeah, this seems like an autopsy. Okay, a 14.
With a 14, you can tell that the ancestry of the skeleton appears to be either human or elven, some kind of taller creature that isn't so wide like girthy as to be giant born, but also it's definitely like taller than dwarves or gnomes or something.
Okay. That's good to know. Would it be a separate roll, or could I use the same one to determine like how old this might be?
I'll use the same one. You can tell pretty easily that anything that was on this body before has rotted away, and you can see that the slime has almost like seeped into the bones, and you can tell that this is old enough that it's pretty ancient. It did not die recently. You would guess like maybe before the manor got taken over, definitely before it got taken over by the bandits, but you're not sure how much older than that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Okay, so you're working out how long ago the thing died, not how old the thing that died was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, because like the fact that it's not a dwarf or gnome told me that might have been a bandit, but the fact that it was before it got taken over, that's good.
Mm-hmm. At the bottom of this stairwell, there is ichor on the ground. So if you choose to step in it, you can feel that it sticks to your boots very heavily, and you have to like really pull, and you hear like slop with each step. And this is considered as difficult terrain, unless you have something to negate that. Spring, I would say you're able to climb on the ceiling, and the ceiling does not cover in goop, and you're fine. Is anyone not wearing shoes? I assume everybody is, but.
Yeah, no. Awake wears shoes, soggy as they may be, and he's being extra careful to not let this mix with him because Lord, only the gods know what will happen if that happens.
Groundhoggers. I assume everybody has shoes then. So you guys are fine. Nothing about this causes you. You know what? Sure, Sam. I'll let that count. You are able to ignore difficult terrain with the hat of no trace.
I have Agile Explorer.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So, at the bottom of this stairwell, it kind of leads into a hallway which splits in two directions. To the left, you can hear like a faint like bubbling sound in the distance, as well, and you can see that some of the like black slime is discolored. And to the right, you can sense that the smell is even more pungent and overpowering in that direction. Mikaela, please roll me a physical saving throw as you are getting closer to the source of the smell. And if you pass this, you're fine. But if you don't, then the effect will remain.
How about the one I made up there?
Did you
Also,
save the second time?
Wait, was I supposed to make another one?
Oh, no, sure. You did it. You did it voluntarily. Sure, I'll say that also. That counts for what's going on here. And a 12 is high enough to succeed. So as you guys get to the bottom of the staircase, you just like hold your breath and just like breathe out quickly and breathe in quickly. As often as you can. What is the opposite of often? As infrequently as you can, just to avoid the smell too much. You may choose to head left toward the bubbles or right toward the dripping noise and the stench.
Which way does the sense for the katana's whatever sense?
This time I'm gonna have her actually make a spell check. And we will also roll for the monster. And I'll just roll as myself.
Haha, you said monster. You gave away combat.
Certainly.
But we're talking our way out of this one, guys. Don't worry.
So, as Katana kind of attempts to tune in, you see her close her eyes, and you see that kind of sense of focus as she like puts her first finger to her forehead and begins to like focus very deeply. And then you almost see her like flinch in like pain or terror or something, and then say, "I don't know, but it's not working anymore." All I knew was that there was something in the basement, but I guess whatever it is now powerful enough to resist my magical sensor.
Does it have to be powerful enough, or could it be big enough as Spring points down at the entire ooze thing?
She thinks for a second, and it's just going to like just cast firebolts on the ground as it it goes in and it fizzles. I don't get the sense that this is alive. Surely, if it was, then it would be lapping at our feet to attempt to attack us. But I get this is more something in here produced the ooze, as opposed to it in and of itself being a monster, or at least that's my guess. She cast fireballs to the ground again just to like double check. You notice that the fireball does not burn very long.
Yeah, this is something even I can immediately tell you this isn't like me. It's similar, sure, but you'd know if it was alive.
Katana nods. All right, Sam. So you have been speed reading in the room upstairs as you attempt to see you've been reading this thing, and as you are flipping through the pages, remind me which book you're reading.
It's the transmutation research paper that was found in the library.
All right, sure. As you read through the paper, you basically get the sense that there are the experiments were done in one room and the test subjects were stored in another, for whatever purposes that was. But as you're reading through it, it seems like what they were trying to do with this transmutation thing was to you get very quickly the sense that they were trying to turn people into other things, which, based on your background as a guard, is very illegal. So there's that. Second thing is that the fact that this is all like slime stuff, you get the sense that they were trying to actually turn people into monsters. And that by doing so, they would be like less traceable. People aren't going to be, if it was like a gem or something, that might get inspected. But if it's just like a monster wandering the wild, or that's been tamed like a beast tamer or something, that's way less conspicuous. And then, what else would you get on a crate? Is there any information that you're looking for specifically?
Specifically, if this is coming from speed reading the paper, do I get any clues as to anything I could do down here to reverse the process, or to help, as I assume these wolves with the black things coming out of them are probably transmutated humans?
So,
Is there anything I should be looking for down here?
By reading the paper, you don't get the sense that you don't learn how to reverse it in any way. But by just glancing at the materials and stuff, and what went into this, you think that if you got into the laboratory and had enough time or someone with enough expertise, then you might be able to reverse engineer the transmutation potion. You do learn that it is a potion.
A potion.
And just glancing at the ground, you assume that the place with the bubbling noises and the chemicals is probably where the laboratory is. The smell of death comes from where the experiments were kept.
Mikaela puts her vote towards going to the laboratory because 50% because that's where the laboratory is, and 50% because she doesn't want to get closer to the smell.
That is fine by Tony.
Alright, assuming that no one else has anything to say, I'm going to assume we're going in the same marching order toward the left hallway. You notice that this hallway is particularly long, and it also seems like the smell of the scent drops off very quickly the closer you get to the laboratory. And it almost smells like fresh air in this room. And the slime that's on the ground kind of drops off in height, I guess. It seems like the slime can't spread as far in this direction. It's still like icky in this room, but it's less so. And you can walk normally in here. Depth, yes, that's what it was. Depth. As you arrive in the laboratory, you can see, classic laboratory stuff. There's like tables and bottles and machines and vials and stuff, but all of it is destroyed. It's been crashed. Things have been thrown over. It looks like any machines that were in here or like testing implements were especially taking damage to be destroyed. You can see bookshelves that were were turned over and smashed in, and that everything in here is covered in like dried blood and stuff. Noticeably, you do not find any corpses in this room. If you would like to, Mikaela, you can give me an investigation check, or someone else can, to try to see if you can scrummage around, find anything in here. But at a glance, it seems like something went wrong in here, and dragged the bodies out with it, or something. Or ate the bodies, maybe.
Is there anything in the room that's making this bubbling noise? Is there anything in the room? I'm not looking for bodies.
Sure. You pay close attention to the bubbling noise, and you find what looks to be. Let me consult my notes. Figure out what I was planning to put here. You see like bubbling coming from underneath of one of the machines, and as you look into it, you see what looks to be a pair of boots that are repelling the liquid. As it's like the boot is repelling it, and then it's like kind of coming back, and it's like going there and back and there and back, and making air bubbles as it does so.
Wait, the slime stuff?
Mikaela throws these boots at Awake. He needs new boots. They're too soggy.
Awake,
And
please make me an agility saving throw, Awake.
Oh god!
As she hits you with the boots, you guys watch as they go through Awake. Awake, you take just 1 point of true damage as the boots go through you and like split you apart almost. Does not seem like you should touch these at all.
You mean they could help him fly, right? The levitation boots for him.
It'd be a very painful form of flight. But yeah, as she chucks the boots at you, they're definitely not something you should wear.
Okay, they're anti-ooze.
Anti-ooze, indeed.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not good.
Saw you getting stuck on the I-core. Thought they'd be useful for you. Didn't know they'd be dangerous.
It's fine.
As you're a frontliner, you need to have your movement.
Mm.
1 second, guys. I need to just do something real quick. I realize the names are taking up a large portion of the screen on the camera, so I'm gonna go fix that. That's better, I guess, but it still looks ugly.
So Spring, if you try to jump on the floor with the icon on the floor, does it impact your ability to jump very high, or are you still fine?
Testing it, it seems like you can jump just fine. It'd be difficult to like move like that, but you could do it.
Yeah. Also, Springer's on the roof holding a torch upside down.
Right, but like if you were to have combat, you have to fall on the floor at some point, probably,
Probably.
I've
and then jump back up
walked
again.
in
Is what I'm assuming you would do.
annoying terrain enough to bypass it.
Maybe Katana wants a boost.
AKA, he can ignore difficult terrain thanks to favored terrain.
Yes.
Nice.
I moved the names, but I'm not sure that it's in a less annoying spot. But, well, I tried my best.
I'll probably give it to Katana then.
She nods and we'll put them on. She's a little bit like kind of disgusted. It seems like there's something in the boot when she puts it on her foot, and she's just like, ugh. But she slides her foot in, and puts her shoes in her backpack, or whoever she stores her items. That is the name of the family that founded this place. Tonē.
Is that the dwarves or the
Gnomes.
Those would be the gnomes.
No.
The gnomes who ruled Phandelver before the dwarves took over.
Yes. Correction, the name is Phandelver. Actually, thinking back to it,
What did I say?
you said Phandelver. Phandelver is the name of the mine in Phandelver.
Yes.
Yes. It's not named after the town. It's named after the mine. Or this campaign. Actually, now that you mention that, thinking back to that, you think back to the mural that was destroyed, and make me a history check again. See if you know anything about the actual mine of Phandelver. And Mikaela, you've been history is intelligence, yeah. And I'm talking to Spring. You can help. Or no, Tonē, you can help Spring with this. And Mikaela, you can make a history check on your own because you've been interested in history nerd things.
History nerd things. I love history nerd things.
Yes. And to be clear, there could be other things in this room, but at a glance, that's what you're able to find without any roll. Not bad. Okay.
Aww.
Also really nice.
Nerd roll. Okay. I'm gonna move the help die over to Tonē because that's what happened. So 17 on your roll for history. You think back to that destroyed picture and some of the things that you weren't able to really find in it. Just bits and scraps that didn't make sense for anybody to go. You recall something that looks like the entrance to this legendary mine. And how since the Rockseeker family came to power, initially it was by the use of just finding magical artifacts that were in the the mine itself. And you've heard rumors that this whatever mine that it was held some kind of powerful arcane forge back in the past that was what created all these random magic items that kept appearing as they were digging.
Okay, neat.
Cool. Anything else from here? As you guys are chilling in this room, you may choose to investigate and find any other items that might be in here. You may choose to turn back. Yeah. You see Katana momentarily close.
Sorry. Are there cabinets or drawers to open?
God, Sam, what is up with your swinginess today? Yeah, as you mentioned that, you see Mikaela look up and she can see kind of at the top of the area there are being that it was like further off the ground, Mikaela, you have to like get someone to lift you up to reach it. But there are in fact a number of cabinets. And you find in them like a couple of vials that are destroyed. You find a what looks to be some kind of like hammer or axe or something. Not very. It doesn't seem to be very. It doesn't seem combat oriented. It doesn't seem combat oriented, but there's some kind of like hammer or implement or tool in this cupboard that was unharmed. And you find a secret compartment, Mikaela, as you just kind of push one of the walls back, and you find a couple of potions that you can very quickly guess are something to do with transmutation. I mean, you're the one that's been reading and studying. And as you kind of try to figure out what the hell it is, Tony, please make me your sense magic roll, or sense magic items roll, since I assume you're trying to figure out what the potions do.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what that roll is. Is it just a...
It is, I think, prime plus combat mastery. Is what we decided it was going to be, since your character was a treasure hunter but not intelligent, and you need to identify items to be a treasure hunter. So that is the concession that I made to you. Do you remember that conversation?
Yep.
Probably the same as your spell attack or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's your spellcasting modifier.
Ooh.
Hell
That's a
yeah!
nice-
With that, as you attempt to, you close your eyes for like a minute, holding on to this potion. You see that since you're spending the time to do it, you see Katana also do the same, and she's gonna make another spell check versus the mental save of the monster. I forget what I rolled last time. I think this was 5. Yep, she's still unable to locate it. But as you tune into this thing, you get the sense that these are you get like 5 or so potions that are anti-transmutation potions. They either reduce or prevent. You roll really high. We have mechanics for this. You know what it is, and you know what it does. I think you rolled high enough to figure out exactly what it does. Where is it? Sense magic items. Right. Yeah. So these don't have attunement. So with success by 5, you are easily able to tell that these potions have a temporary effect that will prevent something from causing you to be transmutated. You think that if you had, Mikaela, if you had the time to study this, you could probably reverse engineer a cure for the mutation disease.
Nice.
You see, as you guys find this, Katana is like, hell yeah, that's great, fine. And she thinks for a second and
You said 5?
5, yes.
Okay, I added 5 to the party inventory. May I ask the party before you continue with exposition, so I could keep 1 to give to a potential alchemist in Phandelver?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Cool. What was I saying? Katana was going to say something about the potions, but I forgot what it was. So we're fine. She applauds you for your marvelous find. Still can't sense the. Oh wait, no, she rolled with bless, and that wouldn't have changed anything. Still, I'm unable to sense the monster whatever it is, but it might be a good idea. Curing the disease is obviously a noble goal, but she kind of draws her sword. I think that killing whatever is causing it might, at the very least, stop its spread. And I get the sense that it is down here.
Spring nods at that process.
That's why we came here, isn't it?
She gives a resolute nod. It's probably in the room with all the dead things, or maybe it's in deeper level. That yet evades our notice. Well then, my friends.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but I tapped out that Spring yanked the skeleton out of the ooze.
Yeah, sure. As you do so, you have to like pull a little bit when you get like a noise as the ooze kind of slips back off of it. And you find like it's an incomplete skeleton. It looks to be you get like the rib cage and spine, maybe an arm, but the whole thing you don't get a complete skeleton. You may add vaguely humanoid skeleton to your inventory.
He was just gonna go bury it outside.
Sure, you can. I'll assume that you just like put it upstairs a little bit, so it's not gonna it's out of the ooze.
Yes.
Like 10 minutes later, you guys hear the like click 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 as it rolls all the way down the stairs. Okay. Kitana has her sword drawn, her sense active as frequently as she can use it. She is ready to enter combat. Which she anticipates.
Yeah. Awake has his shield, bastard sword in 2 hands, and then his last remaining hand, his javelin.
Hell yeah. Oh, you know what, Sam? I'll say with that, you were already cured of the disease, but you're not. Now you're not going to be sickened throughout this encounter. All right. Do you guys have anything left you'd like to do in here, or are you prepared to continue on?
I'm prepared to continue.
Okay. In that case.
So who's hindered by the difficult terrain? Not Spring, not Katana, not Mikaela.
So that would be Awake and Tony.
Who? Yeah. Spring
Katana,
will
the magic.
lift Awake up from the roof and just walk along, dangling him down. So that Spring is not Spring. So that Awake is in the front, but also at full speed.
That just sounds hilarious. Make me an athletic check to keep him up. But yes.
Athletics only +2. Damn.
You know what, Sam? I'm gonna say that hat looks like a cowboy hat with like a monkey on the front of it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof. I will say you were able to carry him up to until it starts stinging again, and once it starts stinging, you're unable to maintain your constitution. And he's like, nope, and you kind of like clutch your stomach and drop Awake. You're like a
Nope.
as Awake thuds into the liquid.
Oh God! Wait,
I mean, you land on your feet. You're fine.
Okay.
This hallway is only like you were like a couple of inches off the ground when he was carrying you. This hallway is not very big. It's like 2 by 2.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. As you guys are getting ready to head into the room, you see Katana stop, and she puts a gloved hand on your shoulder, Awake, and she says, "I know that we can trust you, but just be careful not to be careful not to let this thing get in your head. It is probably going to remind you of your fallen ancestors? Question mark. Previous allies? I just say, all right. Mm-hmm. Do you say anything, or you just say like, understood?
Awake just goes up. Yeah. Let's go with that.
All right. So she just kind of smiles, draws her sword, and says, "Onward, then." You have your torch, Spring, and she's also going to, through her sword, just cause it to glow a very faint red, in the back of the way. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna like tax you guys for casting it early, so I'm gonna say that you guys have like 5 turns total. So I'm gonna say that there are the first round of combat will be when the first round of combat begins. The 4th round of bless ends. So you have 3 left.
Okay.
Cool.
Just gonna finish rounds.
Yeah, just finish it in 3 rounds, and then you won't have to cast it again. So, Katana has her blade glowing red as her eyes, as she's going to make one final attempt to sense the monster. Slash roll a 1d20 plus 4 plus d4. Nope, she's not. This thing is got a mind of a steel trap. Oh no. Okay, so. As you guys are beginning to enter this massive room that is big enough that the light doesn't even fill the whole thing, you can see that there are rows of like cells or containment units or something on either side, and there are like tables and chairs that have been like knocked over and destroyed. You can see very thin, like translucent panes covering each of the walls that lead into the smaller containment units, and you can see corpses in there. Old, rotted away. Some of them were like appeared to be banging on the glass before they died. Others were backed into a corner with one hand outstretched. Others were simply kneeling, praying, or sleeping on the bed or whatever. And as Kitana senses magic, you see her kind of open her eyes and points like toward the end of the hall. I think it's over there. Be ready. She will put her sword to her side.
I'm all ready. What about you guys?
Yeah. Kayla's ready.
I'm not going to look left or right at the cages as we walk down.
Okay. And as
Don't
you
make
guys
eye contact.
You make eye contact with who?
So I said, don't make eye contact.
And Spring is staying above the person in the front so that they have the best visibility possible.
As you get into this room, the height of this room is like 5 or so spaces tall. So like the edge of your bright light is like covering the ground. But this is a much larger room.
Let me double check torch distances.
It's like at the edge of your torch. I think it's. Oh wait, actually, Control F. Torch. I feel like it's 3 by 6. Oh no, yeah, 3 by 3 dim. So no, actually, this is the edge of your dim light is covering your allies.
I think that's fine.
Alright. That might be a bit big. I am now going to quickly engineer a grid. Just to get myself set up. Yep, that's fine. Boop. And I can go ahead and send that to the gym. Ooh, I didn't... Okay. So, I didn't make up stats for the monster that's coming. But we're gonna take like a 10-minute break or so, just so I can quickly draft up the stats, and then we will move into the combat that you know is coming.
All right.
Yep.
All right, and I have set up the monster now, so we are ready to begin. Goddamn, Awake, your aura of blind sight is massive.
No, it isn't.
That's like 10 spaces.
It's the
I
torch.
didn't set it to that.
That's the torch, right?
No, that's not the torch. Torch is only 6 spaces. Is this supposed to
The
be 5?
yellow and white is the torch.
It's
the
supposed
green
it's supposed
is
to be
train of
it's supposed to
flames.
be 3 spaces around me.
Yeah.
It's set to 15 foot.
Yeah, I changed the grid. That must be why. Yeah, I changed the grid
Okay.
size.
Yeah, now it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Because you're
So-
oozed, you could just feel the tremor through the icon or whatever you did.
You know what? Hell yeah, you can get 1 extra space of blind sight.
Instead of 15 feet, spaces.
Sorry?
Instead of 15 feet, you had 15 spaces.
Yeah. And Sam, give me your aura of dark vision, if you don't mind. Just put it on your token. You should be able to get it all at the very bottom.
Yep. I'll make it.
Make it some kind of blue.
Blue. Okay. Make it
Yes,
this
there's going to
blue.
be very many auras on this field. And everybody can see that?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
see the gray grid, my white dim light, my yellow bright light, Awake's green aura, and Mikaela's blue aura.
Right. Oh, and also Katana has her sword alight, which is faint red glow, for I think 5 spaces. But it does not go more than that. Just the bright light, because it is magic. And then I'm gonna make the grid, color straight black so it's easier to see. I'll make the board. Oh, I'll make the board black, and I'll make the grid dark gray.
That
Is
works.
that easier?
No.
Is that easier or better, harder to see?
I guess it gives the darkness a better feel.
If it's like white grid, is that clear?
The white
Yeah.
grid is more visible, but I'm not entirely sure that's a good thing at this color.
Okay. Alright, I'll just drop it down.
The dark gray you had before was good.
Alright. Cool. As you guys are stepping forward, walking cautiously, hearing the dripping of each step as you go like shloop, shloop, shloop. You walk forward, you can see that scattered about there are broken tables and chairs. Once more, you can see around the edges corpses in chambers that are kind of locked off with a glass that seems like it could be easily broken. And as you begin to reach the end of the hallway, Mikaela, you can see that kind of in the center of this area over here, there is a deep black pool a deep pool that almost seems black. But as you look into it, you notice that the pool is immediately empty. And from before, you guys know what you're doing, and you are expecting this thing to come at you. So I'm not gonna like give it a surprise attack or anything. But what initiates the combat is that as you guys are stepping forward, awake, you feel a drop of liquid splash onto your face as it begins to sizzle a little bit, and then you instinctively look up. As you see from the top of the ceiling, a good distance in front of you. Let me change this name actually. Oh,
it's on the ceiling with me. Awesome.
Yes, it's on the ceiling with you. As you see, this massive beast made of black slime with these bright shining blue eyes as a crooked smile emerges from the darkness. You can see that just on the edges of your brightness spring, you can see that it has a massive number of limbs that are kind of coming out from a thing in its neck, almost like they were cords feeding into it that it is shattered. As it smiles and then snarls this deep guttural sound. Everybody, please roll initiative and make me a charisma save.
Oh boy. So wait,
Should the
charisma save for
just
initiative?
be our initiative?
Make an attack check for initiative and a charisma saving throw against a fear effect.
I'm going to grit this. Does anyone want a grit?
Okay, initiative. I will.
Very nice.
I will grit myself.
Does bless apply to the charisma save?
Oh,
Yes,
right.
Yes,
You're
bless
right.
does
Thank you.
work.
I will
Bless
remind
applies
you.
to everything except Mikaela.
/4 1d4. Okay, that is a 25 for initiative and a 14 for the charisma save.
Okay, cool. Just as posterity, anyone that rolls below 15 on their charisma save is intimidated until you pass a save. And anyone that until you pass a save or can no longer see the creature. No longer see means it's not in your line of sight. And if you fail by 10, i.e. you get a 5 or lower, then you are rattled and you cannot move closer to it. Lower than 15, just disadvantage and everything. Lower than 5, disadvantage, and you can't move toward it. Cool?
What was the
Yes.
10? The 10 was you can't move toward it?
Yes, if you fail by 10. So that's 5 or lower. I don't think anyone here has a negative charisma modifier, so you cannot fail by 15. Which would make you frightened. But yeah.
My charisma is not 4 though.
Yeah, as long as you got above, if you got above 5 and below 15, then you are just intimidated. If you got above 15 or 15 or above, then you're fine. And if you got below 5, then you are rattled.
Okay, so below 10 doesn't mean anything.
Below 10 does not mean anything. No. Can I add multiple turns to this thing? I can. That's great. This thing is going to add. Sorry?
I got a crit on my initiative.
Yeah. So Blakcat, you're gonna go first, and this thing is big and it is fast. There are a lot more of you than there are of it. So 2 players are gonna go in between each one of its turns, and additionally, Blakcat, since you crit, another player is gonna go on the first turn. So you can get three people going first. And Awake, you can choose any check on your first turn to have advantage because you crit. And I guess
Okay, hell yeah.
I might as well roll for Katana. All right, so she got a 19.
We also got a crit finish.
She also has to save. Slash rule 1d20. Charismatic. +3 plus d4. She fails and is intimidated. For the intimidated token, I'm going to use the broken skull thing. So if you are intimidated, please mark that. Cool. Has everybody populated their initiative? Oh, I didn't add Mikaela to it. Oop.
Okay, what to do for intimidated? I'm gonna do for intimidated. I'm gonna do this.
The broken skull, which I don't know what that is. I don't know
it's
what
the
broken skull.
I'll put it on your
broken
token.
skull.
Yeah, broken skull is what I'm using for intimidated. And if you are rattled, we'll go with the force field thing. Aura. I'll go with aura if you are rattled. I mean you can't move closer. Cool. And Mikaela, what was your initiative? 12. Okay.
Yep.
So basically, Tonē, Awake, and Kitana are all going before the first turn, and the Spring and Mikaela, and then the second turn of the wolf slime. So you guys see this massive hulking creature, its claws dug into the roof, as it just smiles this crooked smile, and then you hear it screech as its mandibles clash together, as a number of you guys are frightened from it. I think it's everybody going first, ironically.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
So-
the creatures cried that it job.
Okay, so Tonē goes first. Oh wait, we all have shared
Yes,
initiative. Right.
initiative. Yep. 3 rounds.
I forgot about that. So in that case, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to use 1 AP first to. This would be in a straight line towards it. Let's see. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 just to get flanking set up.
It is on the
Then-
roof.
Oh,
I'll put it
never.
upside down to signify that then, and I'll give it the
Okay.
flying token.
In that case, I should not rage quite yet because it doesn't apply to throne. Oh wait, how many spaces up is the roof?
The roof is, I think I said 5 spaces up.
Yeah. I think that's
Okay.
what you said.
Speaking of which, you guys are all
Wow.
currently in dim light, if you care about that.
Good to know.
No.
Well,
Kitana has bright light, never mind.
In that case, Mikaela's a melee, right?
I have a
Mikaela
bow as well, but I am melee.
Well, who wants to go for an air ride?
Kitana will draw her sword.
Yeah, if anyone,
nice.
it would be Katana.
I'm going to use 1 AP to grapple Katana. I'm assuming she's gonna take the 0.
Yep, and you can do a grapple throw if you'd like to spend a stamina point on
Yep,
it.
I will do that and
Alright.
use my free advantage on that. So
Yes.
I will
Yeah.
rage first as well. I will rage first and then add an AP onto that. So that's 2 AP. That's 2 AP and an SP. So 2d20 K. Wait, she is so I'm larger than her. I'm raging, so that, and I used. Okay, so that should be 3.
Are you raging? I thought you said you weren't gonna range.
No. I decided that like if you're allowing me to throw her, I am. I told you I'd rage before I grappled her. So that's
Cool.
2 AP, 1 SP, 3 AP, 1 SP actually. I think.
Yes, and she will take
Yeah.
a nat 1 for this for a result of 1 for this.
Actually, you take 0. Funnily enough, so
Really?
doesn't. Yeah. So it can be by 15. Okay, so it's 3d20 plus
Oh,
5.
it is a 0. That's nice.
Yeah, KH1 plus 5 plus 1d4. That's a 24. Oh my
Alright,
god.
So,
What?
with a 24, that is success by 4 spaces. You're able to chuck it. You're able to chuck her 5 spaces into the air as she almost hits the roof, and she's going to plunge her sword into this thing. It is actually considered size huge, Sam, so that might have difficulties with you, because you cannot... I think if you're more than 2 sizes different, then you can't do movement or knock prone.
I think that only applies to grappling. I'm not sure how that applies to maneuvers.
Look up the rules, and just give me a yes or no in the chat. Katana, what is she gonna do? She's going to make an attack check with her sword. She's gonna spend a stamina point to expose this thing, as it begins to glow with holy light. She will spend she's got an action point to expose it and a stamina point to smite on this thing. And hell, let's give her an action point for advantage. She's gonna put everything into this. Okay, H1 +4 plus D4, and I will roll a physical saving throw for this thing. Where is this thing? Just gonna paranoid check. Okay, I am recording, but I did not close that thing, so that's there. So a little bit less of a clear view of what's going on, but that's fine. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to double check the camera. Alright. Boom. On an 11, this thing is exposed. A 16 will hit. And you watch as she is going to deal, there's going to be 1, the impact doesn't proc, 1, 2, 3 points of holy damage. She does not have knockback, and didn't do that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, as you grab her, I assume by like the waist or something, and chuck her over your head, she leaps up into this thing and carves up like one of its spines as she's going to deal 3 points of piercing damage, which then is reduced. To just a single point. As she carves up the side, and she is going to make an... Do you want to throw her into the thing, Awake, or are you just going to throw her next to the thing?
I'm gonna throw her next to the thing.
Okay, cool. In that case, she'll just go up 3 spaces and then down 3 spaces, because her agility is 3, so she can handle that.
I should also mention, I have, with my last AP, since I'm definitely not going to be able to get it, I'm just going to, let's see. Oh, shit, Tony's not next to me. In that case, Spring is on the ceiling above us, so I can't do him. I guess I will just take partial dodge with my last AP.
Cool. You do a partial dodge. I'm going to use the... tower icon for partial dodge. Tony, you are up next. You are intimidated. I forgot to do intimidation for Katana and Awake, so I'm just gonna say, I
remember the intimidation. You just told me I got a free advantage on 1 check that turn because I crit.
Cool.
I used that.
All right, that makes sense. Please make me saving throw at the end of your turn to undo the effect. And
all
Katana,
right.
I ignored her for Katana, but it wouldn't have made a difference, so that's fine. She spent 2 action points to cancel out the disadvantage.
So intimidate gives me disadvantage if I try to attack it. Is that?
Yeah, that's correct.
No.
Disadvantage on all checks.
That's a fail by 5, which I believe rattled me.
I don't think I'm gonna make it get worse if you fail at this point. Because that just does not feel right to me. So you're just unable to wear off the effect.
Okay.
I have... Wait, what do I have? One damage concealable. Do I also, because I got a crit, do I, on initiative, is that why, do I also get advantage on my first, attack?
Yes. I thought you both crit, did you not? Or was it just you?
Yeah, no, we both did.
Both.
You both did, okay, yeah. So you both get the bonus advantage, yeah.
Okay, so in that case,
It's crazy.
right now I have. Yeah, that's insane. I am holding the Unholy Bone Nunchucks and the Ghost Dagger. I'm going to throw the Ghost Dagger, which is concealable. And then I have advantage. So I have 2 advantage, and one is. What the heck? It's 2 advantage, and one is canceled by the Intimidate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Make
so
your
I have
attack
1
check.
advantage. Yes.
Oh wait, what was that a heavy hit? What is her PD? No, it's not. Okay, cool.
Plus bless.
Are you adding any maneuvers onto this or no?
Let me think for a second. I have disadvantage and 2 advantage, so that's just regular roll.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's regular.
Advantage roll.
Yeah, regular advantage. Let me roll this, and then I have to get second. Okay. Well, that was a horrible roll.
Oof. Alas. Does the Ghost Dagger target MD or PD? Do you remember?
This one is PD.
This one's PD. Okay. So alas, that doesn't hit. As you chuck your Ghost Dagger up into the sky, you see it pierce into the slime. As it almost starts to like dissolve. Before it phases out of existence. Back into your horde. Anything else?
Blakcat had to leave for a bit.
All right, cool. In that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and delay his turn. Just for now. On the turn of the wolf slime, as all of you guys immediately leap into action, literally for some of you, not literally for the others of you. Kitana is no longer intimidated. I will remove that. You guys see this thing kind of shriek as it's being attacked and thrown, and all this chaos is happening. And then it is going to crawl forward along the roof and move 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, 4 spaces. So this room is 5 spaces tall. It is 3 spaces large. And it does have reach. So it is able to reach you just at the very edge of its width. As it stands up, and you see this like thrashing of tentacles all around it. Spring, Awake, and Kitana, you're being targeted by an AoE attack. As it is going to spend 2 action points to make the AoE, and 3 action points for advantage on each of you. Total of...
Is it against PD?
Target's defense, yeah?
This target's PD, yes. As it is
I am going to spend
lash
1
out
AP
tentacles.
to raise shield it.
Cool. As it
I'm
is doing that... Sorry?
probably going to do something, either parry or sidestep, once I remember what they are.
Cool. And as you do all of that, as all of this tentacle, all of these limbs, these cords are slashing out, they're also going to attempt to grapple you, and will spend an additional 3 action points to impose the grapple condition on this attack. So you guys watch as it spends, it moved, so it can grapple all of you. It will not grapple Spring because he's already on the roof. So as all of you guys are going to be hit by this thing, but only Kitana and Awake need to make grapple saves. Physical saving throws against being grappled.
I will be sidestepping, so it has disadvantage to attack Spring.
Cool. We'll take the first die against Spring. Everything else is normal. That is 21 against you, Awake. It deals 1 base slashing damage, but it also has impact.
That brings the damage down to 1 then, because that's a heavy against me, and I raised.
Cool.
And that is a 16 on the grapple check because
Succeeds.
no. Yep.
You are smaller than it though. If that changes, then no, it does not because it's a save.
I think it yeah. Okay.
Saves.
I think when
these are yes.
When size comes into account, it's the grappler that has to do stuff, not the grapplee.
I feel like saves should be the reverse though. Alright, so, as you're able to throw up your shield, you see it grab onto it and almost, like, lift you up before you slam down, with your, barbarian rage. You see that as, this thing slashes out, it hits Kitana for a normal hit. She just only takes a single point of damage. But it does, manage to wrap itself, wrap its thing around her sword arm as it lifts her off the ground a little bit. She is grappled. That is the end of its first turn. Spring, Mikaela, and the rest of Tony's turn if he comes back. This thing is on the roof.
Yeah,
grappling.
I'm just trying to
cool.
double check my PD.
Rolled a 21 to hit.
I would like to ask for information. Feel free to not tell me. Will it see me if I attack it with my silent bow?
You do not currently know if it has any means to see in darkness.
Got it.
But you are not in the light.
Because my dark vision doesn't reach it, so if it also has 10 spaces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely see because it is in the light, but your dark vision does not pierce the darkness.
14 is a regular hit for me.
Alright, you can take 1 point of damage. It rolled a 21 to hit.
21? No,
Yes.
I gave it disadvantage.
16 plus 5. We ignore the second die.
Oh, it had the advantage. Okay.
Yes.
Then yes, 21 is definitely going to hit harder than that.
So, it's been 2 action points for an AoE, 3
Heavy
action points
hit,
for
yes.
individual advantages, and then 2 action points for more grappling. On a heavy hit, you'll take 3 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
Cool.
Should I go for it first so I could do some rogue cycle exposed?
Definitely. Rogue cycling is always fun.
Okay, it's time for some rogue cycling, guys. Too bad my bow has reload property. 1 AP, 1 SP for an attack with debilitating strike to make a physical save against exposed. Yep, it passes. And here's the attack. The 16.
That is a normal hit.
Alright, that's going to deal 1 damage.
Okay. You watch as the arrow sinks into its skin and then it dissolves.
Alright, it's time for some more rogue cycling. Wait. I was hidden. I should have an advantage. See if damage.
Yep, sure. Is a concealable weapon?
23. No, I was hidden.
Alright, cool.
You never told me I wasn't hidden.
23 is a heavy hit, and you watch as your arrow, as it pierces in, you watch as this thing, like, turns its head as it gets through, like, a weak spot in its neck, and you deal 2 damage piercing through this thing with a heavy hit that ignores PDR.
Am I still hidden?
I don't know if you would know that, but, mechanic, I'm
As
just gonna
in,
say yes.
will I roll?
I'm just gonna say yes, you're hidden because yes, you're hidden. I don't know how that would work otherwise.
Okay, I'm going to reload and faint.
Cool.
Rolling trickery right now. 9 against its. What is it for tree? Insight?
9 against insight. Cool. Okay. Its insight is in fact actually terrible. But it does still succeed.
Okay, but I still get my SP by taking the feint action. Cunning action. So then with that SP, I'm going to roll for disadvantage because I want to give it this exposed. Because that's still going to proc. But disadvantage goes with the hidden.
Alright. It will roll a fizz save. Yes. Exposed. That is a failure as your arrow, you pierce it once again in the same spot of the neck. You see it like almost like freeze in place for a second. as it stops acting. Your arrow pierces it, though it doesn't deal any damage. It looks like you severed a nerve cord or something. As it is going to be exposed for a full round.
And does that hit? 15.
That hits, but it deals 0 damage.
But it's a crossbow property, so it deals 2 damage. Unless it has 2 BTR.
It does.
Ah, okay. Oh, end of my turn, y'all. It has
Swing.
1 exposed.
Before I forget, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark this.
Okay,
So
I will put a turret for
My
Hunter's Mark.
single stamina and 1 AP.
Oh, I just realized that
That leaves.
her light isn't available. I'm going to put Katana's light on the map.
Yep, there we go. That leaves me with 2 AP. And I have half my HP. Sadly, it is huge, so no grappling or tripping. Damn. Oh, this is not good for me and my strategies. Yes, let's just dagger a foot or something. So that's 1 AP to attack. I have advantage from exposed, I think, and Hunter's Mark. So I'm gonna add on a power attack with my second AP.
Okay, cool. So you got a double advantage because of exposed and Hunter's Mark, and then you have power attack. Yep, seems legit. That is a heavy hit.
18 for PD. Nice.
I will put a rolling bomb icon to denote that there is a help die against this thing. How much damage is that?
Working that out now. Dagger is a sword. What's the new sword passive?
Against exposed.
Ooh, which it is. That's good.
Yes.
That'll be 4 piercing.
Nice.
I think.
You stab deep into this thing and carve almost sever one of the cords through his neck. You see this black this thick black slime splat into the ground. It shrieks in pain.
And then to hopefully draw it down with me, I'm gonna let go of the roof and just float down with my glide speed. Hopefully.
All right, cool. I will tell you in advance. You are not currently grappled, so you will just begin to descend.
Yep.
Cool. How far would you like to descend?
I think I'm safe to drop to the floor.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Then all the way to the floor and hopefully draw it down with me next turn.
All right. You drop down to the ground. I don't believe that this counts as movement, so it wouldn't proc an opportunity attack. But on its next turn, you watch as you guys are kind of stabbing in it, starting to deal some actual damage to it. You see it kind of tense up on the roof as it arches its back. And you hear it shriek. And how many action points does this thing have right now? Enough. So you watch this thing shriek. As you hear severing. As 2 more of the cords plop down onto the ground. And you see, let me also rename this to what it should be. As you see, 2 animated slimes drop down from the ceiling and land on the ground right next to you, causing you.
Oh,
flank.
lovely! Summons little minions.
Yes. You are now both flanked. And I'm gonna say these things are going to go in the middle. These things do not get a turn yet. But they will go on this initiative next round. Round 2 begins. Blessed decays by 1. On Kitana's turn, she though she is grappled, she is also a blink blade. So she's going to blink 1 step back, and then spend an action point to walk a further step back and rush forward and pierce into this thing. She will attack with advantage. No. She will blink 1 step back, and then instead of rushing forward at all, she will raise her left hand and begin to summon a firebolt and say, "Let's start testing out its resistances." As she is going to launch, as before, a firebolt. 1d20 plus 4 plus d4. And I will end the grapple condition on her. Slime. Oh, no. Spring is not flanked. Thank you, Sam.
Alright.
Only Awake is flank. A 14 will hit this thing, but alas, as this fire burns into its side, you guys notice that the fire itself actually doesn't, like, ignite at all. Even more so than just having PDR. She's like, damn it! Bad luck. And she's going to think for a second, and then rush forward with her spear, spending, 2 action points, for advantage. Oh, it's off the ground. So she will attack with advantage, and then, an action point for reach. And that'll be the rest of her turn. Awake.
Okay, what I'm going to do... This thing's on the floor now, right? Okay, so now I'm going to...
It is in the air still. It is 2 spaces up. 2 spaces above you and 3 spaces below the roof. Because it is so massive.
So I can't reach it then. So what I'm going to do in this
You could use an
case...
extend attack if you wanted to.
I could.
Oh, the thing was exposed. I'm going to roll more dice.
Okay, no. What I think I'm going to do... This slime claw down here next to Tonē, I am going to attempt to grapple it. /R, 3D... that's intimidate, so 2D20 KH1 plus 5 plus 1D4. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is going to be a brutal hit.
No, it's a grapple.
Oh, it's a grapple, sorry. Let me roll that. 1d20, that'd be plus 2.
Okay, good, it's grappled. Then I'm going to use, then I'm going to spend 1 additional AP to get some movement, drag this thing to this spot right here.
Cool. Which one are you dragging? This one? The one on the right or the left?
This one
Cool.
one to this spot.
Sure.
Yeah, then I'm going to spend 2 AP to go for a sword attack against the slime claw here and add sweep onto it.
Nice.
Okay, so oh fuck.
You are also no longer flanked. Very nice job.
Yep. So yep, /R 2D20 KL1 plus 8 because now that one's flanked and I have versatile. That's an 11.
Very nice. 11 will be a normal hit on both.
Okay, so that is 2 damage to both of them because I'm raging.
Cool. Do you know if the save attack procs rage?
It I believe it does. It doesn't say so in the rules. I think it's 1 base, but it can still be affected by anything. I'm
All right,
not
cool,
sure.
That's fine. That's great. Just ask in the rules chat for me, if you will. On this thing's turn, I forgot to get its action points back at the end of its turn. Cool. So, this thing is standing up on the roof, being pierced by swords and bows and arrows. And so, on this thing's next turn, it's done the lashing thing. Awake. As you slash into 2 of its slime minions, you see that this time it flashes all of its blue eyes at once, and then throws down all of its tentacle cords at you and begins to wrap them around you. Please make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh shit! /R. I'm gonna use my last crit on this. 2D20
Sure.
KH1 plus 1. Ah!
So you guys watch as this thing wraps all of its tentacles around Awake, severs a couple of them, and then the thing's almost like choking him, wrapped tightly around his neck. And you see that they begins to melt almost into his skin as the acid like bubbles and sizzles very loudly against his skin. And we'll see what that does next time.
It's fucking mixing with me. Oh god.
As it attempts to infect you.
About to become a
Cool.
dark blue slime.
Right. So there's that. And then with its last 2 action points, it's going to make an attack check with advantage against Kitana, and then a disadvantage attack against Spring, because it's doing more damage to it than you are, or she is than you are. Do 20 KH1 plus 5, and this is going to be a disadvantage. That's going to miss Kitana. Does 11 hit you, Spring?
No.
Cool. You guys watch as it's basically rips off several of the cords from its head to tie them around Awake as it begins to dissolve into him, and then is thrashing about almost kind of like blindly, attempting to hit you guys. The rest of Tony's turn may or may not happen, and Spring and Mikaela, you guys are up next. You guys watch as Tony is kind of like shaking in fear as this thing is overpowering Awake.
Spring. Do you want to go before me so that it has the one exposed guaranteed? Or do you want me to go to see if it could have 0, 1, or 2 exposed?
I don't
With
believe
more
that.
rogue cycle.
I don't believe that. What is it? The strike thing.
Exposed stacks.
A debilitating strike does not stack with debilitating strike. It'll stack
Oh.
with other effects, but debilitating strike does not stack.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They fixed rogue cycle.
But no,
But-
basically, you can have debilitating strike does not stack with itself, but you can have multiple different effects going at once.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
so
wanted
I
to
could
hinder
hinder it.
this thing while it's, you
Yeah.
could hinder it while it's also exposed.
Or you could
Alright.
expose that and it'd just last until the next turn, and eventually you'd wipe off the current one, and it'll just
Yeah,
take the longer
Spring-
effect.
Probably you hit it right now while it's guaranteed exposed, because we don't know if I'll
Yes,
pass.
I'm just gonna quickly double check my vertical jump distance.
If it's more than 5, then you can spend an action point and then just hop up and do as much stabbing as you'd like to.
High jump is my jump distance. And my jump distance is 5 spaces.
Okay. Not 5. Your jump distance is 5. 5 spaces is different. Vertically, it's
Yes.
feet.
My jump distance is 5 feet.
Yes. So you can spend an action point, jump up 1 space, stab 3 times, and fall back down if you'd like to.
I will minor action jump because I have the jumper trait.
Again, minor action jump does not give you movement. It just gives you the jump action, which is
Oh,
check.
right. Damn
Yeah.
it.
Because otherwise, it'd result in some silly movement.
Yes,
really-
but it would
they
also
really-
be more useful.
Yeah. They really need to rename that action.
Yes. So yes, 1 AP to jump. I don't need to extend it, right?
No, you do not. Because you are Springy Boy.
Would vertical movement count as spear passive requirement?
Yeah. You definitely would.
Awesome.
could
Spear
move to-
attack.
Yeah, so you could move to the side and then up 1, and I would consider that as being valid. Yee.
Yes, I already applied concealable last turn. So I have hit Hunter's Mark. Doesn't carry on. Exposed.
I think Hunter's Mark is the first check on each of your turns.
Yeah,
isn't
it's just. Was it each of your turns?
Yes.
Ooh, yes, first martial on each of your turns. Nice.
it?
And ignores PDR. I forgot about that
Ooh.
part.
I'm gonna go give it 1 damage point then, because you did hit it once.
So then
And
Attack,
you're still exposed, so you have double advantage.
That's 3 dice.
Yep.
Advantage, attack, bless. My hunter's dice has already been expended, so
Yeesh.
25 to hit his PD.
That is going to be a brutal hit. 3 damage?
No, that's going to be more.
Ooh.
4.
All
One
right,
more.
noted. You shank it in the thigh. With your spear, you jump up with your little stake.
And while I'm up there, I'm going to second-hand dagger it. What's it called? Second AP to cancel the multiple action penalty.
You are dual wielding, aren't you?
Not on purpose.
If they're light weapons, then you are. If they're not heavy weapons, then you are.
They are not heavy weapons, so that is awesome. That means I have an extra AP to give myself advantage, yes.
Swing leaps up into the sky over the little tiny slime thing, shanks it in one leg, and then stabs it in the other. This time with just normal advantage.
22!
That is going to be another brutal hit for 3 more damage.
That sounds right, yes, because it's not exposed anymore, right?
It is.
Then I think I might have an extra.
Yeah, 1 base, 1 exposed, 1 impact, and then 1 heavy.
Okay, no. I thought you said brutal.
I did say
Then
brutal.
yes.
That's why I'm confused. I did.
Yes.
Thank you.
Then that will also be 4.
Well done. Alright, anything else?
I did jump, attack. Let's add a power attack to that last hit, so 1 more.
Sure, try to do that beforehand though, but that's fine.
Yes, I forgot how many action points.
You guys are piercing and stabbing and poking holes all over this thing as you hear the sound of like thick dripping ichor splashing on the ground as it screeches in pain. Mikaela.
Just still sitting in the shadows with this chain bow.
Oh wait, I left melee with the lower slime claw.
It did not strike at you. You notice that it tried to, but this thing is tiny and short.
Okay.
It's literally like a puddle almost. That is just vaguely more thick than everything else. Mikaela is hiding in the shadows, leaning up against a glass pane, shooting arrows.
Yep. Reload.
Don't forget you now have a hunter's marked dice from heavy hitting.
Yep. And exposed ends though.
Isn't it the end of your turn?
At the start.
For debilitating. I am almost certain that I disagree with that. It is start. Damn. Okay. Cool.
I forgot about the no stacking, and you forgot about the start of turns. We both forgot about the rogue nerfs.
All right. Cool.
Okay. But they're good nerfs in my opinion. So reload and then cunning action feints to get an SP back, and see if I get some extra boons. Trickery versus insight. It has no idea what I'm doing. Doesn't even know I'm there.
Yeah.
Just taking damage from
Well,
nowhere.
It knows that you are in this direction. I actually think that its blind sight might extend out toward you. No, it does not. But it can tell that arrows coming from this direction is getting peppered in the neck.
Just raising my average roll right now. It's very important. And then third AP, I'm going to shoot with SP to re-expose it for everyone.
Cool. And you have the help die.
Alright. And I passed trickery. So it's triple. double advantage.
Very nice.
31 to hit.
Don't forget blessed.
We love
Get
this.
it into
I'm
that
not blessed.
35s. Oh,
You're
you're
not blessed.
not?
Not blessed.
Okay.
I'm not a damage dealer. I just have it roll against my save.
And it passes.
All right. Is a 31 brutal?
31 is beyond brutal 1.
Beyond brutal 1, so that's +3.
Yep.
So that's 4 plus 2 because of crossbow and feint. So that's 6 damage.
Nice. As Mikaela fires a massive bow that slams into its neck, and you feel like you see it go pierce into its skull. You hear like a cracking sound. Spring. You're right up here, like nearby the ceiling, jumping up with it and whatnot. Please make me a investigation check. As you see the arrow prop in. And I will take the rest of the turns. Awake, you're being dominated by this monster as it is attempting to take you over.
Oh god.
You feel that yourself kind of starting slowly to like slip. Can you describe to me what it looks like as the ichor begins to spread? What is going through Awake's mind right now?
Awake is just thinking like, come on, don't let it keep moving, and like, as beta, like, essentially, like, everything is just shifting around in his body. Like, he is just like the little bit of the blue that is him is just shifting around his body. Like, when he needs it, it goes to his arm to block and stuff like that. But he's just trying to keep it at bay, run from it in his own body.
Okay. And as you are trying to do this, you guys notice that it's not actually taking over his entire body, but you notice that it is spreading down his arm toward whatever your heaviest weapon is. As it is. Like,
Oh god! My bastard sword.
Okay. Actually, you have a javelin, right?
Yeah.
It'd be flying toward that then, because there's no one immediately within your range. Tonē Thröq, are you back yet?
I am back.
All right, cool. So, you, are going. Actually, are you currently armed?
Am I currently armed?
Do you have weapons in your hands?
Yes, I threw the oh no, what happened? I threw the ghost dagger, but I still have the unholy
All right, cool.
uh
In that case, do you
unholy
want to
bone
finish
nunchuck.
up your? Do you want to finish up your turn right now? Because it delayed your initiative, so you're going with the back half of the game.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
I think I still have 3 AP left.
Yeah, you summon your things with a minor action, and then you chuck one of them.
Yeah, and I think it missed. I think I rolled really terribly.
You did, yeah.
Okay. And I think both of these weapons are light. So I think, do I get a dual wielding bonus? Okay, so no MCP,
Sure.
but I am still intimidated.
I will also let you have taken the rest of your turn before Mikaela did, so you would still have the advantage from the rogue exposed.
Okay, so that cancels it out. Plus bless. Yeah, I will throw that.
Yep. And if these are both weapons, going to be dual wielding, so it is exposed to advantage in bless.
Yes, but I have disadvantage because I'm intimidated, right?
That's correct. 14 is a normal hit.
All right. That's against mental defense.
Oh, mental defense. That is a heavy hit.
Yes, let's go. That should be 2 damage.
On a heavy hit?
What, sorry?
2 damage on a heavy hit?
Yeah, it's only 1. The nunchucks are only 1
Okay.
damage.
You guys watch as Tonē throws this unholy thing that begins to like swarm with darkness, and you watch it clip through the black slime and hit something solid, and you see the thing kind of screech in pain and recoil as it appears there's like something physically inside of its skull that connects with. And you then see the bone nunchucks kind of start to like dissolve and disappear back into your horde. Anything else?
Does that seem to do more damage than like the other stuff that's been happening?
Not more damage, but it is less inhibited.
Okay. So then I think I'm gonna cast what's the spell? It does umbral damage.
Death Bolt.
I apparently don't have Death Bolt, but Sacred Bolt then.
Sure, you may cast Sacred Bolt.
And no MCP there, but I am at disadvantage.
Cool, cool.
Oh wait, do I get advantage for it being exposed, or is that just once per turn, or is that?
It's rogue spell, so it lasts for the entire turn. So 1 disadvantage from being intimidated, 1 advantage from being exposed, and it's a spell check, so it's just straight roll.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Thank you, Mina. I have been served pizza by my sister.
That's another 14.
Another 14. That's going to be another heavy hit. It'll take another 2 points of holy damage. Or
Yep.
radiant damage. Anything else?
I guess I'll do a minor dodge with 1 action point.
All right, cool. Minor dodge. I will put the tower symbol for that. I don't know if Awake has been. Oh wait, you haven't been attacked, right?
No, I have not.
Cool. Just you dodged, and I wasn't sure if I'd use it or not. So, that's the end of your turn. The slime claws are gonna go now. Now that you are fully disarmed, shut up, Owen, please. Thank you. This slime claw is gonna spend an action point to move over there, flank with Spring. Spring, you're being targeted by 2 physical attack checks.
2. I'm probably going to sidestep and maybe parry as well.
Roll. So this is the first one.
Let me double check my PD.
This is the first one coming from the one on the left side.
Okay, yes, I will definitely sidestep, so at disadvantage.
Cool, 9.
Awesome, it's a miss.
Alright, its turn is over. Second one is gonna just make a straight attack against you. You doing anything?
No, I need a little bit more HP.
21 to hit.
Yeah. That is gonna hurt. Heavy.
2 points of piercing damage. Or acid damage. As this claw thing swipes at you.
Oh no. Acid, ouch. I'm voluntarily gonna take 1 more.
Header.
Huh.
From Grandma.
Cool, thanks. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so, you were hit for 2 points of acid damage because it's a heavy hit. You said you're gonna take another point. Why is that?
Because of his acid fear.
Right! Oh my god, I love that. Get a hero point for that. I like that you're doing that. That's very cool. Cool. That will be the end of the Slime Claw's turn. On the turn of the Wolf Slime, I guess it's going to, it's been trying to strike a katana, it's not really working, it's gotten awake, infected now. You're being, killed by the Slime Claws. So it is gonna go figure out what the hell is, killing it with this arrow that almost fucking annihilated it. It's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it'll go all the way over there. You guys watch as it disappears, or wait, no. It does not. It'll move all the way there to go all the way out of range. As it clocks straight for Mikaela, charging on the roof of the building. As it once more screeches, and it is going to spend 2 action points to make an attack check and attempt to grapple you.
Did it find me first?
You're unseen but not hidden. And
Okay.
it can see in the dark. So as soon as it moved 1 space to the right, you saw its eyes all kind of clock onto you, immediately.
Got it. I wish to sidestep.
Cool. It is 2 spaces up, Tony. So no, you do not. No one gets attack of opportunity. All right. Does a 22 with disadvantage hit?
That is going to be heavy.
All right, on a heavy hit, you will take 3 points of acid damage. As it slashes down from the roof. Make me physical saving throw against being grappled, please.
Okay. I want to be grappled. Because then I could hit it, right? Actually, yeah, I'm going to choose to fail.
All right, I will warn you. This is a slime.
Wait. Oh, that is a good idea. Okay, I won't choose to fail. I'll roll. 16.
That just passes. You. How do you describe to me how you evade this, please? As we're gonna enter round 3.
Okay. I have a funny idea. Okay. So, Mikaela, so the arrow that bonked onto his head is like fell on the ground next to Katana, okay? And Katona rips off a piece of her shoelace of the anti-boots and throws it towards Mikaela, who catches the arrow right as it just slaps her in the face, and then that repels it from grappling her.
Hell yeah. I love it. All right.
But then the
Cool.
arrow breaks.
Awake.
Okay,
As your turn begins, you feel the acid spreading through your body, almost as violently fighting it as you almost as violently fighting against your acid as your acid is fighting against it. Almost an explosive reaction. You guys see Awake kind of like bloating and malforming as the arm which holds the javelin begins to jerk wildly. Please make an attack check against an ally of your choice with the javelin. That you can see.
Tonē. I saw. Oh, hey, I'm still intimidated. So 2d20.
Yep, he is also dodging.
KL1 plus 3d20 KL1. Not 320. Okay, 3d20 KL1 plus 4 plus 1d4. Yeah, yay! I'm fucking exposed.
So, describe to me what happens.
So basically, as Awake is feeling this, he tries to stab at this slime claw next to him, but it forces him to throw in a different direction. And at the last second he hits the javelin with his sword just out of the way, and
Hell
it
yeah.
misses Tonē.
You may take the rest of your turn.
Okay, did that cost me an AP?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Well, in that case, I'm going to I'm going to just go for a sword attack against the slime claw in front of me. 2d20 KL1 plus 8. Come on, baby.
Obliterated. How do you kill it?
After he smacks the sword away, he just stabs downwards, and slices this thing in half. Okay, so I have 2 more AP.
Out of curiosity, are you tracking the MCP from your first attack against Tonē?
Dual wielding.
Cool.
Yeah, then what I'm going to do is fuck. I'm going to move here using this stamina I just got from that. I'm going to
If you move one space higher, then you would be flanking this thing, which is better for you.
True. Then I'm going to let's see, what do I want to do with this thing? I'm going to, what maneuvers do I have? Fuck. Well, throwing it. I'm gonna grapple and throw it into the ground using an SP. Now because
you hear a very like strain like as it attempts to
Ashar. That I'm a size bigger raging, so that would be but due to intimidated, yeah, that's 2d20 KH1 plus 5 plus 1d4. That's a 17 to grapple and throw this thing straight at the ground.
One space?
I believe it's half my. I believe it's actually because I'm bigger. I believe it's my might +1, so 4 damage to it.
Oh damn! Really? Throwing is always more powerful than I think it is. So you guys watch at. Oh wait, how do you pick up this thing? Being that it is a puddle of slime.
He into for a second. He literally uses the bit that is part of him that went into him and grabs it with that, using using itself as the way to get it, and then just slams it with his with all his force into the ground.
And you watch as it dissolves back into a puddle on the floor. Cool.
Yep, that is my turn.
All right. On Kitana's turn, she is gonna say, "Well, fuck, I was planning to," and she runs forward with an action point. Still, annoyingly, cannot see it. And is going to run even further and say, Mikaela, are you unharmed?
I am harmed.
She's-
Just holding her bow straight up towards the thing's face because she loaded it already.
You see her say, fuck. And then she closes her eyes and concentrates on her blade. And she's going to spend an action point and a mana point to heal you. You are going to regain all of your health. As she say, get off your get off your feet. Stand up straight. And she points her sword up to the sky and is going to cast Holy Bolt with her second action point because she cannot reach this thing. Actually, no, she can. She can with an extend attack. So she's going to dart forward, stab this thing, and then as she is stabbing it, Holy Light is going to blow out brightly and attempt to heal you. And she's going to smite this thing with her attack. That is the last of that one. As she is, as you see the Holy Light come out, you see the wolf thing wrap around her arm and attempt to yank her sword out of her hand, and she's like almost breaking her arm. You are full health. Her turn is over. On the turn of the wolf slime, you see it get very annoyed once more as it shrieks, and then is going to wrap all of its cords around you, Mikaela, and attempt to like send them in through like your mouth and your nose and your ears, and attempt to literally drown you with the tentacles. Please make me your choice of might or charisma save.
Okay.
Oh no.
I won't use a slash me then. Because I have looted talk. I'll grit this by the way. Actually, I have 2 grit. I'm just gonna grit this twice because it seems scary.
Grit is only once per save.
Okay, I'll grit once.
I'm considering changing that because I've honestly found that it is very costly to do that.
I rolled a 19.
19 is not good enough to do it. Which save are you making, charisma or might?
Charisma.
You guys watch as Mikaela almost like just braces herself for what is coming, and you see this. You hear like almost like a gargling sound. She almost sounds like she's drowning. As this thing gets literally into her head. And you see her eyes kind of glaze over with a black color. As you are now also dominated. You must spend the first action point on each of your turns to make an attack check against an ally you can see within range. You can describe your divine dampening now if you'd like to.
Oh. Dang, I lost my turn's plan. It was gonna be funny.
Are you gonna type or say that out loud when you do that?
Say what out loud?
You said you wanted to describe your divine dampening.
Oh, yeah. I'll just say it out loud because I'm talking. Just the healing light comes down on Mikaela, and it does heal her up because I was a nat 20, but she just starts like convulsing a bit, and I'm guessing just as it mixes with the problematic connections in her body between the dragon blood and the rest of it. And I'm guessing this is what gives her the fatal little cough as it seizes the moment to seize her mind. No, what it? And is it the end of its turn?
No, it actually has 4 action points left. Its first turn is very chunky. It strikes at you, attempts to dominate you with the tentacles, attempting to cause you to attack your allies, and then it is going to slash out at Kitana, attempt to grapple her, and it's not turned that it moved. And then I guess with this last action point, it's going to summon another minion. That'll be all of that. And you watch this time as it fires off a piece of its skull to form the little minion thing. You guys can see a glowing, faint green glow coming from the center of its chest as it is exposed briefly when it does this. And it's going to make an attack check with advantage because she's exposed. Okay, H1 plus 5. That'll hit. And this is her save against being grappled. Boop, that succeeds. This time, as she pulls her arm out, you hear as something breaks, acid damage, assailing her. She's no longer exposed. And you guys see another of the slime claws, appear within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not there. Yeah, so it's just gonna summon one right there, with 5 action points and 2 health points, and Slime Claw, just make that all be shown. You may take your turns spraying Tonē and Mikaela. Mikaela, you must spend your first action point on your turn to attack an ally of your choice within your sight.
Oh, wait, are you raging?
Yes, I am.
Ooh, I want to shoot you.
Okay.
Because
Why?
you have a condition. I want to get my rogue stamina.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Oh my god, that's amazing. He's also.
Oh wait,
intimidated.
my turn
I'm
ended.
at 1
So
HP.
my turn ended. Let me do this. Nope.
That is great.
Wait, is raging a condition? Wait, what?
No, you're intimidating. I think is what she meant.
Yeah, you're intimidating. You have this little skull thingy. It's either you or Tonē you have to shoot.
Roll me another
Hold
hit
it, actually, wait,
against
since
the domination effects.
So, against the domination effect. Okay, D20 plus 1.
That one succeeds.
30.
You guys watch as Awake almost loses himself to this thing and is barely able to force himself not to attack his allies. And he just looked up in terror at what this thing almost made him do.
That's actually got me thinking. Just like I am gonna be your stamina machine, and you give me stamina because I'm raging. Let's fucking go. Literally, just fucking Senator Armstrong me. Just hit me all you need.
So does a 12 hit you?
That does.
Is it a heavy hit?
That's a normal.
A normal hit. Okay.
All right.
Because of the circumstances and what's happening right now, would you like to let her heavy hit you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna allow that, just because of the situation.
So,
right.
how much damage is that on heavy?
2.
Okay, 1 damage. Not 1 HP.
All right.
Not 100.
110. Whoa! Good job.
Wait,
Wade.
You guys
supposed to be at
watch as the arrow pierces into Awake, and then he explodes to the size of the entire room. You all take 10,000 bludgeoning damage and die.
And then
Alright.
he reforms and he's fine again. Oh, okay.
For a very brief second, you guys watch Awake blow up like a balloon and then blow it back down. Alright. Spring, Mikaela, Tonē Thröq.
Am I able to hit it from
Spring
here?
is gonna retreat onto the roof since he's at 1 HP.
Oh wait, I was exposed
The
too. I forgot
roof?
about that. See, you actually used up the exposed on me. Good on ya.
The roof is way above you, Spring.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna jump, extend the jump, and I think I have a little bit of flying or just gliding.
5 spaces is a lot of distance. Like, your best bet would be like to attempt to scurry up the wall. What would you need on this? If you were to do it all in jumping with the extend jump, it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You would need to get a 25 of your jump, a total 25 jump distance in order to reach the roof.
I don't know why I kept thinking it was in spaces, not feet.
Because
Yes.
this game, because it's dumb. That's why. It should just be half.
Because it's the only thing that's in feet.
Instead, he will just run backwards into the darkness after dropping the torch where he is.
Okay. You guys watch as Spring retreats into the darkness. You may move your token. Anything else? Do you want to chuck something before you go?
I don't think I have anything useful to throw.
Okay, cool.
And then, since I have to use 2 movement spots, I'm going to use 2 AP to full...
Dodge.
not disengage.
Dodge.
Dodge, yes.
Cool. Mikaela and Tonē. You guys watch as Spring fears for his life, clutches the torch, drops the torch on the ground where he was. I'm going to duplicate this token and leave that one there, just so that we have the light.
I'm pretty sure I was underneath awake.
Yeah. Oof.
Yes, there.
Alright, cool. Tonē retreats into the darkness. You hear the sounds of swords flying and black squelching as this thing's ichor is slowly being drawn out, and it is very near its deathbed. You could say it is beyond well-bloodied.
Alright.
Sweet.
Half of a minor action to stow the bow, half of a minor action to pull out the whip sword. Has reached.
Hell yeah.
And then 1 AP for advantage, 1 AP to attack, and the SP for power attack.
Cool. And while she's doing that, Tonē, what are you doing?
1 AP to summon 2 weapons. I got 2 heavy weapons.
Very nice. You guys
I
watch
got
as
the
Tonē
Ice
holds
Dragon
a
Lance.
massive sword in his hands and another one that is just hovering above him as he's like straining his brain to carry it.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm able to throw it from here and hit the big boss enemy guy.
You would have disadvantage if it is past 5 spaces.
Okay. That's 6 spaces. Shoot. And it's in the dark too, and I'm intimidated still.
Well, Kitana has
So
light.
that's. Oh, okay.
The red
so it's not in
square
the
is
dark,
also light.
Yeah.
but I'm intimidated.
Did you make a charisma save at the end of your last turn?
I made a charisma save. I didn't do it at the end of my last turn, and it was really bad.
Cool.
It was like 11 plus 2 or 3 or something.
Cool.
So yeah, didn't. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to move. I think my movement is 4.
You guys watch as Mikaela slashes her whip sword into the thing, and while it doesn't seem to actually hit it, you see that the edge of the sword cracks the rock skull as it once again freezes like it's having a seizure. You see its grip on the roof begin to fade.
If I'm here, because the thing is in the air, right? The wolf slime.
Yep.
So if I'm 5 spaces away horizontally, am I able to hit it?
Yes.
I feel like I would be able to. Okay. So I'll do 1 AP to move there. And then throw my lance. I guess I'll use... And I still have disadvantage because I'm intimidated, right? I guess I'll use my other AP to... Is it exposed or anything?
Mikaela tried, but it succeeded.
Okay. So I'll use my last action point to cancel out my disadvantage.
Cool.
Oh my gosh.
Is this a physical attack or a mental attack?
It's a physical attack.
On a physical attack, that'll miss. You guys watch as Tonē chucks his... does this thing deal ice damage?
Hold on, let me look. There's a physical save versus slow and flank.
Okay, and that's on every attack check, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys watch as Tonē summons from one of his portals a spear that looks like it was carved out of an ice dragon or something like that, or like a dragon's claw, as he chucks it through the air, and you see like this chilling mist descend over the entire room. It'll succeed against the save. it pierces into this thing, and you see like the slime surface begin to like freeze solid. But then you see the thing like grab the spear with one of its tendrils and chuck it onto the ground as it begins to fade back into his horde. Anything else?
That's all four for me.
Charisma saving throw, please.
Yes, right.
Oh, I should make one too. Two against domination, because awake did.
Yes, that's correct. At the end of each of your turns. It's going to spend, hell yeah! Both of you guys at once, snap to your senses. You see this thing is on its last legs. You see it kind of roiling in pain. Mikaela, you, how do you break out of the domination?
With the whip swords, miss, she, like, swings around because she didn't expect it to. She was bracing for the impact. And this makes, her little bandage bandana slip for a bit, and she smells the bad smell, and she's like,
You guys watch as Mikaela vomits out this black ichor which slats onto the ground as the thing above her begins to thrash violently, trying to hit out in all directions. You see its grip on the ceiling begin to loosen. It's very near falling. Kitana and Mikaela are being targeted by a physical attack check. It's spending 2 action points for the AoE, 2 action points for advantage.
sidestep.
Cool.
What?
Oh my god. Alright. Good luck, guys. 2 base damage, 2 for crit, 1 for heavy, 1 for brutal. Kitana takes 6 damage and is very near to death's door.
You said 6 damage?
That's almost a 9 points.
On a brutal hit, it deals 6.
That's brutal for me too.
Alright, deals acid damage. This is a brutal hit. If that matters for you, then it does.
I'm on DD.
Alright, cool. You guys watch as Mikaela vomits this out. You see this thing shriek, almost in horror, as all of its effects are starting to go away. And it just lashes out in pain as it is now... you see it kind of fall to the ground with a massive thud. And as it does so, brings low Kitana and Mikaela as this massive splash of acid happens. This is going to take 2 points of falling damage. It is very near to death's door. Bless runs out at this point. Awake and Kitana, your turns are up simultaneously.
Okay, ooh. So this thing is still 5 spaces up, correct?
Nope, it fell down.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Go get awake.
5, 6. Yeah, then I'm going to go for a. I don't have my javelin, so I just got to go for D20 plus 6. You know what? I'm going to spend an additional AP for advantage. Oh!
Yeah.
Alright, cool. You described how you finished this blow.
So awake, just like despite the pain of the wolf's slime getting him, he rushes forward and using his bastard sword in 2 hands, rushes forward and just cleaves it straight in half.
Alright, and as you do so, as your bastard sword begins to cleave through this thing, you see that, for flavor's sake, I'm going to say that it goes from the bottom up. And as you do so, the bottom of it splitting and beginning to pull down into dark liquid. You see Mikaela seeing you rush forward, begin to stand up as she spends her last grip point to stay off of death's door. You cleave upward, and as you crack this rock that makes up its skull, make me another charisma saving throw. Because you recognize this thing. With an 11, for a very brief moment, you guys watch as Awake cleaves through the rock and then stumbles back as a massive green glow fills the entire room. And Awake, please, as you see this massive green glow, please describe to me the how do I say this? you have a memory that exists from the time before you even were raised to sentience by your prime members that raised you, gave you sentience. You have a memory that predates even that of yourself living in the tower. Just describe one of those memories to us. Awake?
I didn't realize I was fucking muted. Oh my god.
Oh my
Fuck.
god.
Oh,
Okay, I wasn't that far into it, thank God. So, Awake recalls the final day, like the day before he was adopted as as his old party's pet. In one of the floors of the dungeon, he used to be a defense mechanism. Basically, there were a bunch of slimes of different colors, and him being one of the very few blue ones in there. And then when his old party came in, all the others went forward and tried to attack. And he was a bit slow. At the time, he was slower than the rest. He was bigger, slower, he was more powerful, but he wasn't able to get to them as fast. And by the time he could, every other slime in the room was dead, and the party was just playing with him, basically leading him around. And after a while, before his sentience, in that pre-sentient state, he just gave up and kept following them because they wouldn't attack. He remembers that and thinks of it fondly.
And as you think of this memory, almost like smiling, if you could smile, the memory at one point, one of the things turns to speak to you, and you hear that a very loud sound of static as the vision becomes like blurry, and you see in place of where their face would be nothing but a massive green glow. Please make me an attack check.
Oh boy. /R. You know what? I have another AP left for this. I'm gonna do it at advantage. KH1 plus 6, 23.
Okay. Which weapon are you using to do this with? The bastard
My
sword?
bastard sword. Yep.
How much damage does your bastard sword do on a normal hit?
1.
1 damage, okay. You have just dealt a brutal hit to Katana, who stands right beside you.
Oh
She
god!
is at 1 hit point, and as this happens, you guys watch as, from your point of view, the sword goes up, it cracks this thing, and as it explodes, you see one of the shards embed itself in Awake's chest, as his body almost like violently explodes, trying to dissolve the thing, and then you see it almost, the reaction freeze as Awake's arms literally stop moving, but the inertia of the sword carries over to the other side, as Kitana is at -2 hit points.
Oh god!
As you cleave down from the other side, just as she finishes patching up the slime claw and breathes a sigh of relief, you guys watch as Awake carves through her shoulder and exposes exposes part of her midriff as he cleaves through her. She falls to her knees, clutching the wound. Her turn ends here, but Tonē Thröq, do you have any healing abilities?
Heal.
You have the heal spell?
Yes.
You may cast the heal spell in this moment. As it is right before it is your sister, you're in this moment, she's about to die. If she fails the death save, she will die. So, cast for me the heal spell. I'm going to say you spend all 4 action points on it, because of course you would. So you can roll with 3 advantages. Yep. We hope you don't roll on that one.
You would have to roll 3 now.
With 3 advantages?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like a 1 in 4,000.
Okay, so describe what it looks like as you heal Katana right as she's about to hit the floor.
I sprint toward her, yelling "No!" and cast heal, and the golden glow forms around her, and gently cradles her to the ground as I run and catch up to her. I guess I can't run and do this with 4 action points, but
No, I'll let it happen.
whatever.
All right. So, as you see this happen, you rush forward, your hands glowing with holy light as you grab on her shoulder, and you see like everyone else watches as like literal gold begins to cauterize the wound. As you heal her for I think that's a total of 4 points at touch range. And she like, ugh! You see her like gasp as like she begins to like cough up a little bit of blood, and you save her just from the brink of death. She like leaning on her sword, and like sighs, and is gonna lean into you, and give you a big hug. She's like, oh my god.
You know, I'm glad you just. I'm glad I didn't remember something because she said she was at -2, right?
She was at -2, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
You were in
about the
rage.
rage bonus.
Yeah,
no.
you can't. Here's the thing, though. You can end rage as a free action.
Okay,
So-
yeah, I'll say I did that. I'll say I did that.
Because you
Good
believed
God.
that combat was over, it was a rush of adrenaline, I'm going to let that happen.
Okay, thank God, because I just remembered my rage.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
I imagine if I did end up killing her, you would have had me behead her or some shit. That would have been awful.
I know, just cut her in half, you see. Just from just diagonally in half. Okay. And with that very tense moment right at the end of combat, you see that this black shard with writing on it that appears to glow green and shift in different languages every time you look at it. You you awake, feel inert, motionless, as though you cannot move. You are mechanically paralyzed now. As this thing is just inside of you, shifting erratically. Tonē, you throw the boots at Awake. Make me an attack check. As you do this, you see this thing.
I don't have any action points to do that.
I'll let it happen. Combat is over.
Yeah, and like since Awake
my
can't
act for me.
move. Yeah, since Awake can't move, he can't keep his humanoid form up, so he's just gone full blob again. He can't keep his form up.
Oh my god! You literally see Awake recede into the ground and become like a little orb of slime. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, so you chuck the boots at Awake. Tonē, make an attack check.
14.
Does that hit your normal defense?
No, actually.
Really?
Well, actually, wait. I'm not holding my shield, so yes, it does. Because
so
I
wait.
can't keep my form, I'm not holding my shield.
All right, you take 1 point of true damage as Tonē Thröq just chucks the boot at you, and it soars through your body. Tonē, do you think you were trying to hit the rock out, or were you just mad at him?
Yeah. I was trying to hit the rock out. Like
Right.
a little bit of both.
Okay, if it's a little bit of both, then that's fine. So you as you kick this boot through him, you see that the slime kind of fades away, and the almost as though you see the rock kind of like pause for a second, and the boot kicks it. The rock scatters across the ground, and lands over there somewhere, and begins to glow very brightly. All of you guys can feel these like pulses of energy that are happening as it feels. The smell in this room is terrible, but this feeling actively causes your stomach to like churn as it's like these waves of energy just pulse out with each dull glow, and you can see the text on it starting to change. Simultaneously with all of this, you feel all of the mist that is in this manor begin to suck rapidly down through not suck rapidly, get pushed rapidly out from the manor as it begins to basically fly out and disperse into the surrounding environment. The curse in this place has been dispelled. Awake is inert. The tone has been tossed across the ground. You guys hear the sound of howling and also of sword fighting, as it seems like the bandits upstairs have taken action. Most of you guys are hurt or very injured. Kitana is exhausted from having taken this blow from Awake. And you see she has a very alarmed look on her face, almost like she doesn't know how to feel. And that is going to be all for today's session, and we're gonna come back next time.
Oh, boy.
I have been Lord Gob, the DM of this campaign. And we'll go ahead and do our sign-offs now. Jaku.
I hope all had a good time watching. I've been Jaku. I'll see you all next time.
Okay. Mikaela.
I was saying so loud earlier. And oh.
Okay. Spring.
Bye, chat.
Tonē.
See you later.
All right. And with that, I will end the recording.